It is Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025, and we are coming to you live. Good morning. How is everybody doing today?
Good.
I must say, right out of the gate, yesterday we had some controversy on the show around this time. It was surrounding Sporcle. For those of you who don't know, the answer to the question was Ozzy.
Osborne.
The answer was Ozzy.
Osborne.
Osborne, and I just said Ozzy. And I assumed that Ozzy would be sufficient. These people said no, it should be the last name. The point was given to me by Joe.
Yes.
And then I initially said, let's vote by committee. But the judge gave me the point.
I feel like you took the point from Joe.
I did not even. I didn't even look at Joe. I didn't pressure him. I didn't look at him. I didn't say anything.
Tone.
You listen. Here's the other thing: is regardless of whether you look at him or not, he's looking. You're looking directly into his soul through the camera.
Yeah.
He's looking at the monitor. You're staring into the monitor, turning red.
From where I was at, you forcibly took the point from Joe.
That's not accurate.
Well, if you'd like to go watch it, a reel is available at the Mike Calta Show on Instagram.
I saw it looked worse than I remembered.
Yeah, me too.
But I have to tell you, very rarely do we get something on the show that is so split down the middle. I mean, it's every comment it goes, Ozzy's enough. And it says, let's go by what's on the paper. Ozzy's enough. Ozzy's not his last name. It's split right down the middle. It's amazing. It's never have we been so split before. It's usually all one-sided, especially when it's against me.
You thought for sure it'd be all towards your side, just the Ozzy side.
No. Usually it's against me. It's against me.
By the way, I agree with you.
Yes. Well, you're in the spirit of competition. I would have argued it also.
I agree with you, but the rules have been set.
Right.
I don't agree with the rules, but those are the rules.
That's the thing. That's
that
the
was
big
your
thing.
rule, Gio.
Can I ask you a question, though? Was the rule not... I'm asking. Don't jump all over me. Was the rule not Elvis was accepted as Elvis Presley?
But it's been so many different times.
Yeah.
It was, is Elvis okay? Is
What else
this
has there
not
been?
okay? It has been.
But just specifically about the name, about the one-word name. I mean, there's
Right.
no other Ozzy in music.
But so we're going by the paper, except for one person's name. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is what are the
But
rules?
none of
That's
us
the
ever get to
exception.
see the paper. And if I would have said Ozzy Osborino and you would have said Ozzy Osbourne, then they would have said, oh, the paper says Osbourne. That's where the paper comes into play.
Well, yeah, but also the Carmen will say it's got to be what's on the paper. The other day you said, what was it? It was something, but there was another part of it, and you didn't say it, and you didn't get the point.
And that's
Yeah,
why
but what was that? Because there was something that if I didn't say the whole thing, it wasn't the correct answer.
Exactly.
Ozzy's,
Exactly.
But Ozzy's
I
the
think you
correct
just
answer.
lawyered yourself.
No, but I mean, but the logic comes in. Ozzy is the correct answer. There is no other Ozzy. And did you think that I don't know his last name?
Logic tells you that. Yes, 100%. We're saying what them rules are.
Yeah.
And if the
And-
rules are it's what's on the paper, then it's got to be what's on the paper.
But that
and then
doesn't
we
make
get it-
sense.
But that's the thing.
Because the only one that ever sees the paper is Carmen. So we
Right.
don't know. We don't know if some days it says Ozzy and some days it says Ozzy Osbourne.
Well,
we
she's
just go by
telling
what's
us.
on the.
Yeah.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is there's no standard for what is the right answer.
Correct.
Right, that's the truth.
Yeah, and there's
But-
been stuff that was argued because it was wrong on the paper. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Yeah, so it's a topsy-turvy world that we live in.
Well, look, I got the point. I'm not complaining about it.
and it's
Well,
the world of Sporcle. And also, I would like to say, because I did not buzz you incorrect. I was
waited.
waiting to let you finish. They came in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Galvin came in, realized I was waiting for the last name, and that's
We both did,
Yeah. I knew
And-
right away that it was Osborne because you did not
Finish.
the point,
Yeah.
and that's why I waited.
which happens
and
all
I
the
gave
time.
you and I gave you a chance to finish as well.
Well, all I'm saying is the people who listen to this show, it is not even a vast majority. It is split straight down the middle. Half are on my side, half are on your side. It's crazy.
Then you yelled at Joe. He cowered in the corner and awarded the point.
I
not
literally
a-
have it on video.
In the
I didn't
whole contest went.
Yeah.
yell
then
at
that
anybody.
point, I was just done.
I was already ahead by 5. You people.
I was
We weren't
mounting
even
a
halfway
comeback.
done.
I was mounting a comeback.
And I was already ahead by 5.
Galvin was on a roll at that point.
Crazy.
I agree with you. I'm on your side.
I don't
It
feel like
doesn't
you
seem
are.
like it.
I don't feel like you are.
This is just the way it's been.
Carmen,
Yes.
I pooped yesterday after the show,
Nice.
and I didn't feel like it was enough, but it was a good start. Then I just had a protein shake a couple of minutes ago.
Oh,
And now I feel like World War III is happening in my belly.
yeah.
I'm holding my belly, and I can feel it shaking back and forth like the Titanic.
Protein shakes are not good on like an empty stomach.
Oh.
That's what I've learned. I can't do it.
No, they make me feel very nauseous.
Yeah, same.
But, trying to get them in, trying to get all the protein in.
But at least you pooped. How did you poop?
Through my butt.
Well, I know, but did you like take anything? Did
No,
you eat
no,
something
no.
high in fiber, or your body just naturally went?
I just went to the poop machine, and I said, let's do this. And it happened.
Carmen really wants you to try the broccoli trick.
Yeah.
I feel like.
We went out to dinner last night, or else I would have. I was going to eat the broccoli, but we ended up going to get sushi.
They have broccoli at sushi.
Sashimi in my case. I ate a couple of edamames. Maybe that'll do it.
I sent you guys a video of Shaquille O'Neal on NBA Live, and he's got a poop, and he walked right off the stage on live TV.
Yeah, I think that's great about Shaq. Yeah. Shaq's just like, oh, I gotta poop.
And he's like holding his ass. Right.
Yeah.
He may have already pooped. We don't know.
Can you imagine what those are like?
I was going to say, I would imagine everyone's an emergency, and you probably want him to run to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise, that's going to ruin. That would ruin that set.
Yeah.
Kids are not little.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be next to him while he's doing it.
I once saw a Clydesdale at Busch Gardens take a dump, and it was.
I would imagine it's
Wait.
similar to that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. I cannot find anything to watch on television at night. I keep going back to Seinfeld.
All right, nothing wrong with that.
My
No,
wife's been watching Suits LA, and she likes it.
So I see
Same.
Harvey's on that a lot.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw the preview for it the other night. He was all over.
He-
it.
This week,
Yeah.
he was on finally.
Yeah, but other than that, it's been like little glimpses of old memories.
Yeah, they mention him a
stuff.
lot.
But this was like he showed up 2 weeks ago at the very end, finally, and then this last episode he was in, but it's not like surrounded by him at all.
Yeah,
They
she
just
likes it.
used to work together. Yeah, I do too, because it is similar to the old Suits, but it's not the exact same formula.
But
they
are
use.
the characters likable, like Suits, like regular Suits? Like you get into it because the characters are so cool.
Right. And so the one guy who is Harvey's friend, he's very Harvey-esque,
Yeah.
They have the hot black chick who's also a lawyer, and then they have the one bad guy who's not really that bad because they end up working together, but he left the firm in the very first episode.
Okay.
And
All
so
right.
it's
I
not
gotta
that,
get on that.
yeah.
I watched Seinfeld, and I watched them all, and I know them all, but I saw 2 that I forgot. Or they may have even been the same episode. One where Uncle Leo doesn't pay Jerry's mother the money she owes him from when they got the father won $1,000 to track and gave each kid $50
Right.
and didn't pay him. And then the other one with the chick with the hairdo that ends up dating Kramer. I've watched them all, and I forget some every once in a while. That's good because I feel like I watched the first run one.
So there's a new show that I like that I know none of you will like.
All right.
It is very dumb. It is bad acting, but I enjoy it. Home Economics. It has Jimmy Tatro, I think. Tatro. He played Bert.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Tatro.
Oh yeah,
Tatro.
no, I saw that show. It's okay, and it's got Topher Grace in there.
Yeah.
It was. It's not still on, is it?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like there was only 3 seasons. It's just on Hulu.
Yeah, no, I saw that show. It was decent. It was like decent writing and stuff, and I like Topher Grace.
Yeah, same. But I just know it's, bad acting. It's everything's set up. You can
It's
see it from a
sitcom.
mile away.
Yeah, it's
sitcom. But I really enjoy it. And now that you told me that, I didn't know it was off. I was waiting for a next season. Now I'm really sad
Now you'll
because
never know.
I know because I really like that show. But
I
that's
feel
what I've been
like if you
obsessed
like
with.
that show, have you ever watched the show Happy Endings?
No.
That was on for a couple seasons. I think you would like that too. It's
Okay.
friends that are, it's a very sitcom-y type thing.
I can't watch any of those shows. Nothing gets me. Local news makes me mad, and then those. The only show I've watched that I think that made me laugh was Abbott Elementary. Every other one, I just sit there and I shake my head as I watch it. I've become that old.
It's
old
Always
man.
Sunny is coming back
I
on.
did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 50th season.
I think it's 18th or 19th. That's the
It's-
longest running comedy sitcom.
Now, are they so successful that they can have this long run, or is it just a matter of that network really doesn't have a whole lot? And
I think they're just like the bread and butter
Yeah.
golden child of FX.
really,
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, I mean, they've been on there the entire time, and and in fact, I think it's FXX
Oh, maybe.
because they were on FX and kind of made FX happen.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Hey, we're gonna start FXX. We're gonna put you over there." And they're like, "Okay." And then that made that happen.
Wow.
Those guys have made so much money.
Oh,
'Cause they're
yeah, 'cause
writer,
they
creator,
created,
they own
did a-
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how much can they really be making?
Oh, a lot
Oh, I bet
How?
off of a
syndication and
18
everything.
seasons.
show. It's
Oh,
not.
they're
It's not.
syndicated?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also not like it's 3 channels anymore. So other channels can still make a lot of money. You know what I mean? It used to be, if you had a sitcom on NBC, you were raking
Right.
it in.
That's different than being on
But
FXX.
now you can. So let's go with.
Rob is the one.
But he created. Let's go, Dennis. What is his name? I forget what his name is in real life.
I don't know. He's Dennis.
Dennis, yeah.
I know the one who's the Rob McElhenney.
Dennis Reynolds is played by who? Glenn Franklin Howerton. Glenn Howerton.
Yeah.
Let's see how much he's worth. What do you think he's worth?
$5 million.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're way off.
I bet he's worth $40 million.
Any other guesses?
I mean, the more you talk about it, the more that makes sense. I just don't. Yeah.
25.
I imagine all those guys are in the $40 to $50 million range.
50.
Yeah, I go back with Joe more 25.
I have them actually broken down into who has the most. Oh wow! So Glenn is 25.
Joe nailed it.
All right.
Yeah, Charlie Day is 30 million. Charlie's doing a lot of movies and
Movies,
stuff
yeah.
too. I mean, Glenn's done other stuff. He had that AP
Yeah.
whatever TV show.
I bet Rob's got the most.
Yeah, because he's the creator. Let's see, Caitlin Olsen. She is 50 million, but she
Yeah.
also had her own TV shows
Right.
that she has done.
They're not married, are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are? Okay.
Yeah, they're married. And then Rob is it says 50 million, but I think he's worth more. I would think he's worth more.
Galvin's an optimistic financial
Yeah.
planner.
Then you also, of course, have Danny DeVito, 80 million.
Yeah, that's different.
Which
Yeah.
I think now Dan DeVito's going to be known for that role over anything else.
No way.
Yeah.
Always be
One-
Taxi.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, that's who he is when you think
Yeah.
Dan DeVito now.
For a whole other generation.
Yeah.
We think Taxi, everybody else thinks Frank.
It's
from-
got to be his biggest role.
Yeah. And it's wild too, because he came in, I think it was the second season that he came in, because they had the show and then they needed a father figure thing,
Yeah.
whatever. So they had him, and it's so funny how they force it. They would be like, Dad, you have to, Dad. Now they don't even call him Dad. They call him Frank. Everybody calls him Frank.
And I think that was another situation where he was only supposed to do like an episode or two, and
Probably.
then they decided to make him a full-time member.
And just, I think Danny DeVito got to show his true character.
Yeah.
Like he was playing all these different roles and stuff, and Frank is just him. He just seems like a little weird guy and stuff because Frank does a lot of weird stuff on that show. And you're like,
So
Didn't he
good.
seem like he'd just be a fun guy to hang out with?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you wish
Totally.
you had a little friend like that.
Yeah.
I wish I had a little old man friend that would just come out and be like, "Oh, it's out. What are you doing?"
Like the fact that he his whole social media presence was him just taking pictures of his foot
Yeah.
different places, It's like, okay.
At the beach,
Yeah.
at the grocery store.
Just a little troll foot. And you imagine that all he eats is Jimmy John's.
Oh,
Like
course.
he's just
I
in
mean,
there.
that is what I said. I was like, they have definitely got the right person to do that endorsement. He
Yeah.
just seems like a guy that would be eating sandwiches.
Yeah.
Galvin,
Yes.
we have some news.
Uh-oh.
what?
No.
I almost forgot to tell you. Somebody passed away yesterday. I don't really know if it was yesterday or when it was over the weekend or what happened.
The Pope took the headlines.
The Pope knocked this guy out, but it's a good death trio to be in with the Pope. I don't know who the third one's going to be. But a former guest of the show,
Oh.
Wow.
it's not as intense as you think. It's just
I mean, anybody that's a guest in the show is intense to me.
Mm-hmm.
somebody who was a big star at one of our live gigs. Former Mike Busey superstar, Big LA died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know any of the details other than,
Are you sure?
yeah.
I saw a post and I thought he was talking about his dog.
Wait a minute.
Like he had a post on his social media and he was holding his dog.
Oh,
That's the way I read it. Maybe I read it wrong.
Who had a post? Big LA? Or?
Big LA.
I
'Cause
thought.
he did something and lost like a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he
stuff.
had weight loss surgery.
Right.
Well, now I don't know if he.
So his last recent post on Instagram was March 23rd.
I think I saw it
a month
on
ago.
Snapchat.
Mike Busey put up the picture of him holding the dog, and he wrote, "I'll miss you, my friend." Blah 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 blah. And I sent him a text. I said, "Did Big LA die?" And he sent me back a broken heart emoji.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And I said, "Oh, yeah, but he could have just been screwed."
I
if the
saw
dog died.
a post, and I took it as his dog had passed away because
He did take that dog everywhere with him.
Yeah,
He was
just
holding
hiding under his titty fat.
the little pug.
Yeah. The greatest picture ever is, by the way, Big LA is a guy who's probably about 6'5", 500 pounds, and he walked around and never wore anything but underwear. He was just naked all the time, and then he had weight loss surgery, so he had all this droopy looking skin and all that. But anyway, he came to our show and was waiting to come on the air, and he was sitting out in the lobby on the couch naked with his little underwear on and this little baby dog, and Ann Kelly came over to pet the dog, and I have a picture of the three of them together. It's one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken, and I couldn't find it last night, or I would have put it up. Now I need to know if he's dead or not.
I mean, yeah, the post is not there. I don't know where I saw. I took it as his dog had died.
Oh man, no, I don't know.
I might have his number.
I have his number.
Yeah.
We're gonna call him and say, "Are you dead?"
Yeah.
Are you dead?
I mean, you might be right. I don't. That's just how I took it. I was like, oh, the dog died. I forget what it said on the post, but it was a picture of him holding the little dog, and it was. I thought it said something. It was like my friend or something.
Yeah, but I thought Mike Busey put that picture up.
Maybe. But I thought they hadn't really been hanging out for quite some
Me
time.
either, but he still, I mean, it was his friend.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of miss people when they die. Or people pretend they do, at least.
You could be right, but I took that as the dog died.
Do you know, that's one of the things, and there'll be plenty of people who do it to me, too, when I die, but when people die, I don't go, oh, man, I can't believe we ended things that way. We shouldn't. I just go, oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
I go,
Oh my
good.
God.
Yeah, I don't, I'm not going to
That's
pretend
right.
I like you just because you died.
Oh,
That's the right
yeah.
response.
If you don't
Right?
like somebody.
Yeah.
Although, and I'm sure there's plenty of people when I die, they're going to be like, good, screw him.
The Pope called Trump the Antichrist, and Trump was all about
Trump had him killed?
how great the Pope was and stuff.
Yeah.
JD
By the
Vance had
way,
him killed.
it came out what the Pope died from. Did you see?
I did.
Stroke.
Cerebral strokes.
Yeah.
I mean, 88 years old, got all the pressure of the sinners of the world on you. That's a tough life to live.
JD Vance is getting destroyed online for killing the Pope.
Yeah.
All
I
the
saw that.
memes. He's a walking meme every single day.
Yeah.
Because he's got a big fat baby face with a beard on it.
The picture I saw was one picture, and it was when he broke the national championship trophy at the White House.
Yeah.
And then it showed him shaking the Pope's hand, and it said, if you're on JD Vance's schedule next, look out.
He's going to get you. I don't like J.D. Vance. I never have. I thought he was a bad pick for Trump. I didn't like him.
Yeah, he's weird.
And I'm glad I stuck with that early. I just not a fan. He'll never be president.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
No, nobody takes him serious.
No. Interesting. Trump's going to be president again. You know he is.
Yeah. He's going to
know he
figure
is.
something out.
He's definitely going to try.
I'm surprised at how many people that I know took to the streets with signs, and I'm all for it. I believe it's what I believe this country is founded on and made of. I'm not knocking you for it. I think that anybody who feels
I'm knocking you for it.
But my thing is, what is it you think is going to get accomplished?
That's
you're going to
what
stand
I'm-
on the street with a sign, and all of a
Right.
sudden the world's going to change the next day.
That's what I'm knocking
But
you
at
for.
least they're doing something.
But it's like whenever I said there's these people that stand on the road and have signs and they're very well dressed, and the sign you go, "What is it for?" I go, "I have no idea."
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea. Turns out some people told me Jehovah's Witness. That's what that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm talking about the people who stood out there with signs that said a billionaire should never be president. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
To me. I don't.
There's never been
understand
a
it.
rich president
Yeah,
before.
almost all of them have been rich in our lifetime. I don't get it. But I don't know what my thing is. I don't know what you think you're doing out there. Like, do you think I'm going to go do this and eventually it'll work? It's never going to work.
But the thing, here's the funny thing about it is, and I don't care what you know, who you vote for, do whatever. If it was a woman doing the exact same thing that Trump's doing, people would be like, she's a boss. she's the boss. She's
I think
rich.
some
She
women
knows
would be.
Some would, yeah.
50%
Some women would
would.
be like that, but I think
Yeah.
for the most part, every guy would hate her.
But also, I saw a thing the other day about how many people that Clinton had deported, how many people that Obama had deported, how many people all these different had deported. Way more than
Yeah.
Trump. Nobody ever said anything. Nobody said boo. Nobody said anything at all.
I'm sure
They're-
they did, though.
Well,
We just
you know
didn't
what
pay
I'm saying, though.
attention, yeah.
It's not. No, but there was like 30 different not lawsuits, but I forget what they called them against Trump for it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, everybody else was just like, yeah, no, that's what we do. We deport bad people. Get them out of here.
I don't understand anybody that is waving a flag or has like their political affiliation. Just like when you see the guy driving down the street with the big F Biden flag off the back of his truck.
Those
Yeah.
guys
It's
are
like-
those guys are in a can I sum that up for you?
Yeah.
Those guys are like being in an army. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They're fat nerds who
Yeah.
never had anything going for them, and now they have some sort of common. We're this guy
Right.
now, and that's our guy. Like I'm telling you right now, I saw it firsthand. Losers who never were in high school sports, never had girlfriends, never anything, finally have something they could all have in a fraternity together.
The guy with the F Biden flag, you're no different than the crazy one with the I hate Trump
Of
sign
course.
Yeah,
on
right.
the side of the
Of
street. You
course.
are the same.
And the people that I love is whatever you're protesting, whatever you're out there for, whatever you're yelling about and stuff. And when somebody comes up to you and says, "Can you explain to me why you're out here?" I'm sorry, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Sorry that you don't know what's going on. And then the lady will come up and go, "You have a small penis."
Yeah.
You know, and then it's, "Oh, okay, well, you definitely proved your point."
I love the YouTube videos where they start interviewing the people and why are you here today? And they don't know. They have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. Or they start asking them all these things. Don't you think it would be good if they did this, did this, did this? Well, Trump just did that.
Yeah.
Or Biden
Yeah.
just did that. You know, whichever side.
Yeah.
And it's like,
the,
oh,
the
come
best
on.
of the time they went in for people who are protesting dioxidated hydrogen water.
Yeah. Yeah.
They went out there and they were like, "We're very much against this." And they're like, "Would you join this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, sure."
Yeah.
And they signed their position. It was, people are just so dumb. But I just wonder if the people at the end of the day, if they go home and they go, "I feel better about myself. I did my part as a citizen," or if they're out there just because they have nothing else to do. They're just bored on a
I
Sunday.
think that.
Probably
I think
a
it's that.
combination.
And then also remember all the influencers that were like going out and helping like
Yeah.
rebuild and
Yeah.
paint.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of it is just a photo opportunity.
Yeah.
It's look, I care. I did something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me.
Something for them to post.
Yeah.
It's
I think
kinda-
a lot of that is what that is.
The only time I ever thought about going out to a protest was the anti-abortion protest. I remember, I'll never forget this. I was listening to Ron back in the 90s, and women were trying to go get legal abortions at the abortion clinic, and people were out there protesting them and throwing eggs at them and all that, and people were guarding them and taking them from their car to the door to make sure that they were safe. That I would have done. And the spokesman for that was Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. I don't know why. He was one of the guys that was guarding the women, and he used his Booger celebrity to promote the information. But that's the only thing that I think that I could ever see me being involved in, would be trying to help out women to do that. Other than
If they got too close, Booger would burp at them.
maybe,
Give it
maybe.
back.
That was his superpower. I woke up to an early morning text this morning. I know you would assume, who is it?
Tom.
Yeah, I thought so too. I looked at it, I cleared my eyes, and it was Tom. It was not. It was one of the most random texts I ever got that made me happy. It was from the great Nick Bakay. Remember Nick Bakay?
Yeah.
He said he was in Vegas with some other people that we know in common, and my name had come up, and they spoke nicely of me, and he just wanted to say hi. And I thought, well, that was random and nice. To
How
send.
early?
I don't know. He probably sent it last night, LA time, and I just saw it this morning when I got up. Yeah, people do. It's been pretty good lately. Nobody texts me in the middle of the night. I've been getting some good sleep lately, so well rested. Except I have World War III going on in my stomach right now. All right, let's take a break and get the show moving this morning. We do have a lot of things to give away, a lot of things to blow out. We'll do that with Sporcle. We'll go by the rules and what's on the paper when we come back. What? Oh, I'm just going to be so negative right out of the gate. Dom is going to join us in the 8 o'clock hour this morning because he's going to be here to take your legal questions. Maybe Kevin Smith in the 9 o'clock hour. Are you stressing out about that?
Yes.
If I'm Kevin Smith, I'm not getting up to talk to me at 6 o'clock in the morning LA time.
Yes.
I don't understand why he'd even want to.
He's the one that said he would do it.
And his show is sold out. So he's not even pushing tickets. He's clearly just doing this because we're friends.
No, and he's also because now he started doing his tour again. So he was screening the Dogma movie.
Right.
Like he texted the other night. He texted like, "I just got done with screens," and this is like 3:00 in the morning. He's texting me.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm not going to be awake at 6." I
Yeah,
was like, okay.
he knows. He knows what's up.
So today he says he will be. He will wake up.
I will not live that Kevin Smith lifestyle. Like Bert and Tom are going to be on the show next week.
Yeah.
from Austin.
Yes.
That's still behind us. You know.
Yeah, and I think an hour.
Jesus. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get into Sporcle.
Don't forget, Bone Bonus also.
Bone bonus keyword. First one coming up at 8:00. Your chance to win $1,000. 8, 10, noon, 2, and 5 today. If you don't have the Bone app, you have plenty of time to go get it. Simple. It's free. Download it. You'll put the keyword in the Bone app, and you can win $1,000. Take a break. Sporkle's next. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Carmen, what are those things?
Okay, so we have tickets for Colin Quinn,
Colin Quinn at the Capitol Theater. Okay.
Baby Metal,
Okay.
Chris Brown,
Yep.
Kesha,
Yep.
Blink-182,
All right.
Thomas Rhett,
Yeah.
and Ice Cube.
Ice Cube going to be at the amphitheater doing rapsy, as opposed to like 3-on-3 basketball or music. Or movies or something. He's actually doing old school. All right, let's do that and give it away right now. A little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Papap is your judge and scorekeeper. We go by what's on the paper here on this show. Carmen, what are we playing today?
That shouldn't be a problem today. These are going to be pretty straightforward, okay? We're going to be doing TV shows by state. I'm going to give you a name of a TV show. You're going to give me what state it was set in.
All right.
Okay? Your first one. Any day now.
New York.
Ohio.
What the hell is any day now?
Never heard of
Any
this show.
day now. It had 8 seasons.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
On Mars or was it on Earth?
Are you thinking of one day at a time?
No.
Maybe we're missing out.
Alabama.
Can I
Hold
just
on, let's
look it up real quick?
Yeah.
Any Day Now is what it's called?
Yes. Any day now. It was in the
Any
late
day.
And where was it?
90s. Alabama.
Oh, late 90s.
8 years, though.
American drama series. It's two ladies. It's a black lady, white lady.
Yes.
It's the one lady from Ghostbusters, Annie Potts,
All right.
and it is.
I hope they
I've never
me either.
heard of it. I mean, it had to have been on Lifetime or something.
Yeah.
Hope they
It
enjoy
says
their
4
8-year run.
Says 4 seasons. 1998 drama, whatever. Growing up in racially segregated Birmingham, Alabama during the 1960s, Renee and Mary Elizabeth managed to stick together despite community intolerance of mixed friendships.
What a hoot.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
USA.
USA.
Oh wait, it might just have been in the USA, but Network Lifetime. I was right. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that sounds right. All right, moving on.
No point.
No point. Your next one. True Blood.
Louisiana.
Florida. Wow.
Louisiana. Galvin. The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Rhode Island.
Chicago. Oh, it's states, isn't it?
Maryland.
Minnesota.
No point.
Smallville.
Kansas.
Mike. Northern Exposure.
Alaska.
Mike. Murder, She Wrote.
Connecticut.
Massachusetts.
Maine.
So I knew it
Maine.
was something up there. Damn it.
Mike Calta. CSI Crime Scene Investigation.
Florida.
Las Vegas.
Louisiana.
Oh, Nevada.
Nevada. No point. Family Guy.
Massachusetts.
Ohio.
No. Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Frasier.
Boston.
No.
Oh, that's right.
Massachusetts.
No.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Ah.
Washington.
That's right. States.
Never
Go
watched
on.
it.
Yes, states. Your next one. Laverne and Shirley.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Galvin.
States.
Little People, Big World.
Oregon.
Geo.
Love that show.
That you watched.
I did. I loved it. It's so
Not the
good.
great Frasier.
Newhart. What
New
state-
Hampshire. No.
What state was Newhart set in?
I can't believe I don't know this.
I don't know.
Vermont
That makes sense.
is what I was looking for. No point. Pap. We are halfway there.
Oh, man.
Gio on the board with a single point. Galvin has 2, and Michael is your leader by 1. He's winning with 3.
All right. 3.
Ozzy.
We are doing TV shows by states. You guys are giving me the states. Your next one, Alice.
California.
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah,
Galvin.
that's right.
There's a new girl in town, and she's blah, blah, blah. And Mel Sharples.
Kiss my grits.
Designing women.
New York.
Tennessee.
Designing women.
Alabama.
Georgia. Dynasty.
Texas. What?
California.
Dynasty.
Was in.
Colorado.
Really?
It should have been in Texas.
Yeah.
ER.
Illinois.
New York.
Illinois. Geo. Gilmore Girls.
Georgia.
Pennsylvania.
Massachusetts.
Connecticut.
Damn it.
My wife's yelling at the radio.
Yeah.
Favorite show.
Home Improvement.
Michigan.
Yep. Damn it.
Geo.
Surprisingly, also my brother's favorite show, Gilmore Girls.
Do I get any points whenever Gio says Michigan and I say yep?
Yeah, no.
No?
That's
I'll give
not
you
a half a point.
No, I'll give you half my point.
That's not a half a point. Seinfeld.
New York.
Geo.
Oh, I never watched it.
I know.
It's gotta hurt. The Andy Griffith Show.
That is.
Georgia.
Alabama.
The Andy Griffith Show.
Tennessee.
North Carolina. The Office.
Pennsylvania.
Galvin. The Sopranos.
New Jersey.
Galvin. WKRP.
Ohio.
Ohio. Galvin. And Pap. We are on the last 3.
Michael with 3 points. Gio has 4, and Galvin is your leader right now by 2. He's winning with 6.
Oof.
All right, we're doing TV shows by states. You guys are giving me the states. Last 3. Here we go. The Brady Bunch.
California.
Geo. Miami Vice.
Florida.
Geo.
Hold on.
Oh,
Where we at?
yeah,
Are you
yeah.
guys tied?
Are we tied?
Gio and Galvin both have 6.
All right. here I
And Mike
come.
has
What?
3.
Mike has 3.
All right.
Mike, you are out.
Oh,
This is just between Galvin and Geo.
I know. I'll answer if they can't get it.
Last one. Here we go. Cheers.
Boston. Massachusetts.
No.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. It's what's on the paper.
Buy the paper.
Could come from behind win.
Damn it.
Paper.
I kept on saying
Carmen,
cities.
what's the paper saying that one?
Massachusetts.
That's the right one.
Yeah.
That's the right one.
Your final score, Mike with 3 points, Galvin with 6, and Gio is your triumphant champion
Yeah,
today.
say it, Joe. Say it, Joe. Say it, Joe.
He won with 7.
Yeah. Eat a
And-
W, everybody.
And Streak Slayer.
Streak Slayer.
Yeah.
God,
That was
it
a
feels
good run.
That's
I
my,
was going for 8.
that's my 5th win of the year.
What did the year to date total?
He's so out of breath.
Yeah.
I got so nervous. The year-to-date totals, Mike, you have 44. Galvin is 23.
Oof.
And I now have 5.
5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, pick a line.
Eat a
Jim.
W. Line 5.
Line 5. All right. Good morning. Who is this?
Ray.
Ray, you are the winner as a result of Gio's success. I will put you on hold. Carmen will grab you down the break, and we'll hook you up with the prize, Ray.
Awesome. Thank you
All
guys.
right, brother.
Have a good day.
Thank you. That is Ray on line 5, Carmen.
So you're telling me Boston is not a state?
not.
Not yet. Not yet. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, we have Prepare to Die.
Oh,
Do we really need it? And It's a family affair.
All right. Galvin as your news. And don't forget, we got the bone bonus. First one coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll give you the bone bonus keyword. You put it in the app and you can win $1,000. If you do not have the app, it is simple. You download it. It is free. You can get it at the App Store. And then it'll show you right there on the app where to put the keyword in. And boom, you can win $1,000. It'll happen at 8, 10, noon, 2, and 5. We'll take a quick break. And news is next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. And then maybe Kevin Smith will join us in the 9 o'clock hour.
I feel good about it.
All right. I like the way you feel.
What a day. A win. Streak Slayer. What a day.
The guest actually calls in that you booked. Would be
Actually,
a new
also, I doubled your score, so your rule's now gone.
Oh, that just happened.
I want to sprinkle that on top
That
of
just happened.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's time for a change. I've dominated that rule so long. It was
Listen,
old now.
I enjoyed that
Don't
rule.
try and turn the tables on him. Let him enjoy it.
Listen,
I enjoyed the rule.
thank you for doing that, Gio.
You're welcome.
He was just saying the other day, he was like, I've had this rule too long.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
somebody,
The burden
Sounds like
of this
something
rule.
he would say.
Yeah.
Too much. Yeah.
please. Somebody.
Thank you for allowing me to claim my 5th win of the year.
Listen,
I appreciate
very proud
it.
of you.
Thank
I
you.
like your 5th win is composed to my 44.
Yeah.
Or 43, something along those lines. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Carmen, I don't feel good today.
Oh boy,
That protein shake?
Yeah.
Carmen, he
Yeah.
is farting so much.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I smell it.
I smell it too. And now that's his new thing. So if you smell it, tell me. I told him, and he goes, no.
Yeah.
No, you smell it the minute it came out. I made a noise, and you were, I smell it. How do you smell it so fast?
I smelled
It's
the
impossible.
last one.
What last one?
The 14 other ones that you did.
Listen,
When you
today
push
is not the same as other days. Today they're protein shake farts. You might be smelling them
it's you do it, and then that pushes the last one that you did over.
further away.
Yeah,
I got you.
So
I got you.
Spreads like wildfire.
it's crazy.
Oh, well, I won't do it anymore.
I wish we just set the place on
Lies.
fire.
I won't.
It'd smell better.
Alexa, stop. I had to shut Alexa off. Yeah, I went to the dentist yesterday, Carmen, and they take your blood pressure at the dentist.
No, they don't. They do for you.
Yeah, I was
That's
just saying.
That's not standard.
They have never taken my
That
blood
is
pressure,
not a
but
normal
When's the last time you went to the
dentist
dentist?
like
I just-
a few months ago.
2 weeks ago, I had my.
They have never
Yes.
ever taken my blood pressure at the dentist office.
That's
Not
very
even
odd.
whenever I got a tooth pulled, they didn't take. Like they didn't do anything. Have you?
No.
Have you?
Nope.
Yeah. So it's not odd. Your situation's odd that they're taking your blood pressure. Are you sure you're at the dentist?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that's a thing. Maybe you were just. But I've never had that happen.
Same.
You've never taken your blood pressure at the dentist's
No.
office?
No.
Oh. Well, my blood pressure was normal.
That's good.
Yeah.
The dentist doesn't know.
Yeah.
Looks good to me.
Meanwhile, he has a tire pump. He's like, I don't know.
Didn't you
right.
say it's the lowest it had been in a long time?
Yeah, it was great.
They need to calibrate that machine, maybe.
I think I'm done talking to you people.
Wait,
Nothing
Stop
but
making statements that, you know,
What
that's
was my
good.
statement? I went to the dentist
that
yesterday and
we're-
they took my blood pressure.
that I'm crazy that they've never taken my blood pressure.
You told me you hadn't been to the dentist in years.
When?
The last time we talked about the dentist. Yeah. That's why I was asking you. Maybe that was something they started doing recently.
I've been to the dentist recently.
Okay, well, that's why I was mistaken. You last time we talked about going to the dentist, I talked about how I hadn't been there in a long time, and you said I hadn't been there in years.
I had
And-
my tooth pulled last cruise.
Well, I'm
yeah.
talking about for a teeth cleaning. I don't know why you were there, but that was the conversation that we had on the air, and that's why I'm just saying. I thought maybe you didn't go in a long time. Maybe it was something new that they started to do,
Your dentist is
know.
more thorough. That's good.
or maybe it's just I don't know.
But
I go
if you would
every
like to
6
know,
months.
even though none of us
Right.
have had our blood pressure taken,
Right.
I Googled it, and it says, yes, most dental offices routinely take patients' blood pressure as part of the initial examination.
Interesting. It's making me feel like I was going to a weird dentist for a second. Now, do they also check your prostate?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
That's
good.
all the
Yeah.
time.
That's always happened to
I
me.
say that has to be normal, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Worst part of going to my dentist is I always hit my head on the van when I'm getting out.
Wait, no.
What? No.
I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with this.
You said you weren't feeling well, but
Oh,
you
yeah,
said
my
you got your blood
blood pressure was
pressure
good.
taken from your odd dentist.
My dentist isn't odd.
Uh,
Twice they took it. I made them double check it just to make sure it was good, and it was good twice.
That's
Yet
great.
I still feel terrible today.
Wow.
It's the protein shake. You can't have a protein shake on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, especially if you're because I know you don't really do well with protein shakes to begin with.
No, it definitely tore out my stomach.
Yeah.
I had to go to a different doctor. I had to go to a foot doctor the other day.
Did he take your blood pressure?
No, but he did make me take a spelling test. Is that normal?
I mean,
I mean, I haven't been to the foot doctor, so I can't confirm or deny.
I went
that.
to my dermatologist. He had me doing swim lessons.
wow.
Did he ask you to spell asshole? Was that one of the words?
Mike.
Hey, wait a second. All right,
Osborne.
what do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, it happened yesterday, but we're finding out more. Pope Francis died of a cerebral stroke and irreversible heart failure. That's according to the Vatican's top doctor. Francis was 88. The stroke led to a coma, and then that was the irreversible cardiocirculatory collapse. That's according to the Vatican's health department.
So Pope's down, vacancy is open,
Right?
bunch of cardinals swirling around. trying to get
Sometime
that
in
spot.
sometime in May, we'll have a new pope.
Turkelson. That's the guy.
Peter
Peter Turkson.
Turkson.
I think is what it was,
Peter
right?
Turks and Caicos.
That's Black Pope.
Yeah, that's
All right.
Black. He's the leader. Him and
Blope.
Asian Pope are in the lead right now.
Blope.
Blope, is that what he said?
Yeah,
Blope, yeah. Blope and Blasian Pope are in the
All right.
are in the lead or in the running. Everybody says.
Where do we
Yeah.
vote?
We don't get to vote. We're not bishops.
Oh.
We're not our cardinals.
Cardinals.
Well, this is not my Pope then.
No. Well, you've never voted for.
Not my vote, not my pope.
Nope.
That's how it works. We got to vote pope
Do they get to pick any name they want, or do they have to pick
from a list.
from a list? Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's saints, but
I'm not sure. I learned more about the Pope yesterday than I have in my entire life.
really?
Yeah, I was so out of the loop.
I do want to try and watch that Conclave movie. I feel like now is an appropriate
Yeah.
time.
Oh, they're like, oh man, here it
Yep.
comes. We're
Yeah.
gonna make all the money.
So many people yesterday told me you should watch Conclave. You should watch Conclave. Have
Yeah.
you watched Conclave?
I will watch it. I just, I get in bed and I'm like, oh, let me watch a movie. And then as soon as I turn it on, if I'm watching a movie, it's Tombstone, and anything else is
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
By the way, you'll see the twist. It's
Yeah.
it's good acting, whatever, but the twist. Names are freely chosen by popes and not based on any system, so they
Oh.
can choose whatever they
Oh.
want.
So I wonder why they all. Well, John was the first pope, and Paul was Saint Paul.
What if they just
So-
want to keep their name they have?
Oh,
Turkson can't be Pope Turkson?
popes and Turks and Caicos is not going to work out.
No.
In 1978, Cardinal Albino Lucchini, yeah, how you like that, became the first pope to take a double name, John Paul I, to honor his immediate predecessor, John Paul XXIII.
Oh,
That's weird. You just have to give up your name.
A lot of John Pauls.
well, it's like getting married.
Oh, okay.
I always ask my wife. I go, "Is that weird?" She goes, "What?" I go, "That for all your life you're one name, and now you're just another name." She's like, "No."
I know it's weird to me that I think that my daughters eventually will not have my last name
Yeah.
Oh,
if they get married.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't like. I was all cool about these things until recently.
Isn't it weird to think of that?
Yeah, Juliana's starting to look like a young woman now, and it's really bugging me a little.
Dude, I told you it happens overnight.
Yeah,
One day you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, like the little kid is
just
gone.
came in a dress with blonde hair the other day. I go, "Who are you? What is going on with you?" I
Yeah.
don't like it. And I told her yesterday, I go, "Some guy wants you to read mean tweets again." She's like, "No." Oh, you used to be so cool when you were
Next
a kid.
thing, she's going to prom.
Yeah. Oh,
Then
no,
she's going
no.
on spring break.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Yep.
No, no, no.
Then she becomes Black Pope.
No.
Wait, what?
That's what happens.
Can't wait.
Time to blope it up.
Dominus Robiscus.
Then all of a sudden, her dentist is taking her blood pressure. It's all over.
You should if it's a good dentist.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth used his personal phone to send information about U.S. military operations in Yemen to a 13-person signal group chat, including his wife and his brother.
This
Why
is
not?
again?
Yeah.
Separate one.
He did so after an aide had warned him to be careful not to share sensitive information on an unsecure communication system before the Yemen operation. The development comes about a month after it became public that Hegseth shared details of strikes in Yemen in a separate signal chat with top administration officials. The editor-in-chief of The Atlantic was mistakenly added to that chain.
Can I just
Again?
Can I just say that I was very shocked. I like
Oh,
Pete.
yeah.
I was very shocked when they picked the Mike, and you guys were like, "Well, yeah, but he's never been there. Could be there." I was like, it just doesn't seem like he's got the experience.
I thought his military experience was enough, but clearly it's not. It's amateur hour.
It is amateur hour.
Like you got to, if he's sending chats now to his family members, it's got to be, hey, check this out. Isn't it cool? We're gonna bomb Yemen. Like, what is that?
And you have an aide going, hey, be careful. Make sure you. I got it.
How often do you discuss work things with your wife?
Very rarely.
Same.
Yeah,
Like,
unless there's tea, unless there's some good tea, work stuff. It's like, man,
I don't. My wife's not included on any of my text messages. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, she's not interested at all, really.
No, and also it's none of her business.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially,
I know how bored I am when she talks about people at her work.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I can't imagine even accidentally adding my wife to a text chain.
She'll ask me things about the show, maybe something she heard, but like inner working stuff,
Right.
never.
Does she even listen to the show?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. I feel like she doesn't really. I feel like she still doesn't like me since I didn't say hello to her at Publix at one time.
Yeah,
Well,
she,
you blew her off. So.
yeah. She said you didn't say a word to her on the cruise. Made her feel uncomfortable.
So not true. So what is
Today is Earth Day, and according to a new report, the average American experiences eco guilt almost once a week. That's feeling like you could be doing more to help the environment.
Well, we all could be doing more to help the environment.
Well, there you go.
Would I say we feel
Eco-guilt.
guilty about it? I don't know about that.
But I mean, yeah, it's even like if you're driving and you're like, I gotta throw this out. Nah, I'm not gonna throw it out the window.
I don't throw it out the window. I'm not a litter bug.
No.
Nope.
I'm not a litter bug. I do separate the garbage. We do have some recycled garbage as opposed to.
I don't do that at all.
Well,
See,
we have to here.
I try and recycle, but do you follow all the rules? Do you rinse it out? Do you remove the label?
No.
You know but that's what I'm saying. So like they say, like 95% of recycle still ends up in a landfill in the trash because no one does it properly.
Wait a second. You're supposed to take the label off and rinse it out?
Yes.
Yeah.
No one's ever told me that.
But it's so ridiculous. And then there's some labels that can be recycled. There's some labels that you have to take off and put in the trash. They're like the water bottles, you're supposed to take the caps off and stuff. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like I figured.
I've never heard these rules.
You know who told her all this?
My dentist.
Yes.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I was so funny because I was over at the Sound and I had a liquid death and I finished it and I went to throw it away and the trash can had two different holes for like this and this and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know which one, and I just went and threw it away and ran.
I watched that episode of Penn and Teller BS.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
debunked the whole thing.
Right.
So that's why since then I'm out.
But it costs more and
Yeah.
it's not effective. And
Somebody else is making money.
Yeah.
They give me a blue can and a green can, and I have to put them both out. So I put the recycled water bottles and cans and stuff in the blue can. I'm not rinsing anything out. I'm not taking caps off. I'm not doing any of that.
So I have a blue can and a green can, and my blue can is pristine.
Yeah.
I have never used it in my entire life.
And they don't give you a hard time?
Nobody's
Oh, they
saying
give
that.
us a hard time here.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah.
I would just go, why? You show me reports and break it down for me and tell me why.
I just don't want to deal with people. I go,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I'll make Joe roll it to the curb.
Well, you're a
I'll,
sheep.
I'll ask you.
You're a sheep.
You know.
It's starting to feel like an annual tradition. Panthers versus Lightning in the NHL playoffs. The battle for Florida happens. The matchup has seemed to decide which team will eventually get to the Stanley Cup final. Here we go again. Defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers will be in Tampa tonight for Game 1 of an Eastern Conference first round series happening tonight. The start of the fourth postseason meeting in 5 years between the Sunshine State rivals. Tampa Bay won the East title in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Florida is trying to match that run of their success, winning the East in 23 and 24 and trying for 25. Ain't going to happen, Panthers. Beat it.
You can hear that game in its entirety here and the whole series on 102.5 The Bone, the official home of your Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
That game will start. I don't know what time tonight. I know it's
8:30. 8:30 tonight.
6:30 on
6:30
Thursday.
on Thursday, and then they head down to South Florida for Saturday 1:00 game.
I was reading a stat yesterday. The Lightning have made 8 consecutive playoff appearances now.
Nice.
Wow.
Like what a run!
That's- I mean, obviously it's the players too, but you got to give that love to Cooper.
Yeah, I mean
that's solid. Man.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know who's going to be out? And I love to say his name, Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand's going to be out, so that's no good. But we'll see if he gets healthy and gets back in there. But go Lightning. We'll see what happens. 31% of American adults hang on to old devices because they aren't sure what to do with them. 19% of people do throw them away. Others try to sell them or give them to friends or family or donate them. You can donate them as well. You know, there's a lot of women's shelters that'll take cell phones. And
I have them only so that I can find them at one point and go, oh man, look at how big this used to be.
yeah,
That's
or
it.
how weird this was.
Right.
Oh, we used to have to like type on this
But
stuff.
then the other day I found my Generation 1 white iPod, the big fat one.
Yeah.
And I go, what am I going to do with this? And somebody was like, they're offering $1,000 for them on eBay.
Yeah, you can get some money. I have a
Yeah.
couple different. I have the iPod with the video screen that's
I
like,
had that, yeah.
like an inch
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
inch and a half. You know?
I love that. That was the best.
Yeah.
That guy used to sit there and watch movies on the airplane.
Yep.
That was good.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I bought it for.
Yep.
I think it was when we were going to Ireland. I may have bought it because I was like, all right, well, need to watch a movie or something, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Look on eBay and see. But also your other devices, your cell phones and stuff. You're like, I don't think I want anybody to have this. Who knows
Yeah.
what's still on there?
Man, back when the video iPod came out, like the record company would just send those to the station all the time,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we all had iPods because we added like Trapped or something to the playlist.
That's one of the things we did not benefit from being at the Bone is music radio.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get any of the perks of being on a music radio station. We didn't get concert tickets. We didn't get backstage passes. We didn't get Sony products. We didn't get any of that stuff. Apple products.
When that red U2 special edition iPod came out,
Yep.
the record company sent us a bunch of those.
Yep.
And I think I sold it online.
Yeah.
I went to New York one time. Shark's like, what are you going up to New York for? And I go, oh, a bunch of my friends are going to see Pearl Jam. He's like, I can get you tickets for that. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I mean, now I'm like, please.
I don't think that those hookups happen anymore.
No.
Even
Well,
if
I think they happen. I remember when I needed a laptop, and when I worked at 98 Rock, and Brad Harden was like, all right, play the Incubus record so we can get him a laptop. And that was a trade off.
that's how I got my Xbox. That's how I got my iPad and or iPod. And
Yep.
the iPod was at the time a big deal. Like it was expensive.
I worked at a like a new rock station up in Louisville, and they would add new music all the time. Every week they would take us to lunch. Like
Yeah.
we would be out to lunch.
Oh, yeah.
The program director would be like, "You want to get lunch?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. Just whatever you want. Order. Get stuff to go." It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Good
the good old
times.
days.
This is pretty crazy. You may have seen this on social media. Two sisters gave an eyewitness account after a carjacker caused a deadly crash in Australia yesterday. The interview is all over social media because they're identical twins, and they also talk in unison.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen this? When
No,
I first
I
saw
have
it,
not.
I thought it was like a skit or a joke or something, but this is a real like man on the street interview with these two sisters. Take a listen to this. It's pretty unbelievable. Here we go.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there, and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, "Run! He's got a gun!"
Oh my God!
And our heart started to pound, and I
Stop
said,
real
"Oh,
quick,
mum,
Carmen. Stop real quick. So that is not an audio delay or something going on. That's two identical sisters telling the story at the same time.
in the same words.
Same words in like same inflection and everything. That's so weird. Go ahead, play a little bit more.
Mum?" And poor mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave mum, she goes, "Are you all right?" Because he had all blood all over his face. And he goes, "I'll shoot you." She goes, "Hey, I'm here to help." And mum distracted him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and mum ran into the bush
That's
behind
nuts.
the.
But don't you know you're doing that? Like,
Yeah,
how
they've
annoying
probably
that
been
is?
doing that their whole life.
Right.
know?
If I was their mom, I'd be like, stop talking at the same time.
Oh, I'd be girls. Oh, I'd use that sexually. That's all I could think of. Yeah.
I think it's their gimmick they're doing.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think it's like some weird mind.
I
thing.
think they're just so used to doing it, the one just follows the other one.
I think so too. I mean, you can do it. Like if you just start saying something, I could follow you.
All right, let's try it.
You want to go? Or?
Yeah. And then we went down to the store, and I got a drink, and then I bought Galvin a drink, and then we both drank our drinks together. Yeah, it's not hard to do.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of, obviously I'm stumbling through it, whatever.
My guess is they've got a TikTok page, or they've got some. They're influencers. I bet.
They're older Australian ladies. I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, it could be.
That's
whatever.
pretty interesting.
But it's just weird. And also, if I was the reporter, I would have ruined the thing because I would have said one at a time, please.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't have gone anywhere.
What's worse? Fake characters like Ellie Shava that are becoming millionaires on TikTok.
She just hit 1 million.
She hit 1 million followers. Yeah, which if you haven't seen it, is a fake foreign college student.
Yeah.
Who's experiencing all these things for the first time. It's all fake.
When she first showed up in my algorithm, she had like I think 800 followers.
Oh,
so
really?
What is her deal? Is she like want to be a stand-up comedian, or does she do acting or anything, or is it
I
just
think she's a character,
like a goofy thing that she did for her friends, and then they're like, "You should put that online."
I think that's it. She did that, and then it blew up.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I mean now she's pretty funny. Like some of the stuff they're doing is pretty funny.
So what's worse, that or
my wife? I was so disappointed when I told her the other day it was fake.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She's like, "Oh, I follow her. She's so cute." I go, "It's all fake."
When I found out it was fake too, I was like, "Oh, really?"
Fake characters like that.
Yeah.
Or my son told me, which I think we talked about last week, was the porn chicks who are using AI to make them Down syndrome.
That's wild.
That is awful.
That's real?
wild.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you see the
I saw
Down
one,
syndrome,
yeah.
that's in the gym and the workout clothes and has a banging body, and you're like, whoa.
And she's like, nothing wrong with being Down syndrome. It's still sexy. And I'm like, I don't understand how this is happening.
That's a scumbag.
That
move.
is scummy, right?
Yeah.
But there's also, because there's a lot of that. There's people that pretend like they have Tourette's. There's people that pretend like they have Asperger's or
I
autism
know,
and
but
stuff.
using AI to distort your
Well,
face
yeah,
is
yeah.
pretty awful.
Wild.
Yeah, I was, and then for a second I was like, oh.
I mean,
Oh.
at least the other girl is doing a character, and she came up with
it's
something,
cute,
Yeah.
you know, in doing that, whatever. I mean, sure, there's a lot of people that may have thought that was real and got duped,
Tons, yeah.
but that like pretending you have a genetic disorder or
Right.
whatever I don't know what the proper terminology is for it, but pretending that you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's insulting, I
Yeah.
think, to the people who do have it. And
It's
I don't know.
insulting to the girls with Down syndrome that have rockin' bodies.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
I don't know. Today is National Jelly Bean Day. Perfect. Just had Easter, so
I'm a
anybody got
fan.
any jelly beans?
I'm a fan.
No, I could do without them.
Yeah.
I ate no Easter candy this year. None at all.
I am not a jelly bean guy, candy
No.
guy, really. Eh.
I bought my wife Jelly Bellies for Easter. And she texted me last night and she goes, I just ate 6 Jelly Bellies. And I went, that's all that I want in the
Yeah,
world. right
those are good.
My wife got my son a jelly bean lizard or iguana or something. It is about 10 inches long, and it's like, how would you even eat that thing?
Oh, you mean it's made of?
Jelly.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's so disgusting.
Yeah.
My kids used to get the Harry Potter Jelly Bellies, and
They have like gross flavor.
yeah, so
Oh,
like
yeah.
one tastes like cherry, the next one tastes like rotten fish,
Yeah.
and
Throw up.
dirt, and
Yeah.
boogers and
Ugh.
stuff. Yeah, those are fun to eat.
It's pretty gross.
No, thank you. People on social media are talking about things that we are 100% brainwashed into believing that we actually need, but don't really need.
Well, you got me on the recycling already.
Yeah. Some of the other stuff, an endless stream of clothes and accessories to follow every trend.
Definitely don't need that.
No, you don't need that at all. I mean, if you're younger and you're trying to fit in with the thing, that's the thing. You
You're
know,
like,
that's-
I don't need that.
Yeah.
Maybe younger. Yeah.
Right. Expensive weddings. You don't need expensive weddings. You also
No.
don't need expensive funerals.
But you do want to have a good wedding.
Well,
It doesn't need to be expensive, but you do want to have a good celebration of your wedding.
sure, absolutely. But what the thing is, and what a lot of people are doing now, is you can like donate to them instead. First off, if you're going to a wedding, don't give them anything. If they have a registry, whatever, and they're like moving into a new home and they need this and this and this, okay, whatever. But otherwise, cash is king. Cash works. Don't go out on your own and pick. I got him a bowl.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Nobody cares.
A lot of times now they do it through Amazon. You click one
Right.
button, it just sends right to their house.
Yeah,
and
do
done.
that. That would be fine. But a lot of people are doing a thing where you just donate to their honeymoon.
Yeah.
And they have a big honeymoon and the money goes to that, whatever. But if you have a nice wedding, you can have it in someone's backyard and do the thing. Get a DJ, have liquor, have fun.
My wife and I never went on a honeymoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we went on enough vacations together afterwards, but we never went on a honeymoon.
Official honeymoon?
Yeah, we had a cruise planned, a work cruise planned a couple of weeks after we got married, and we're like, we'll just go on that for now.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We actually did go to Biloxi one weekend, but I'd hardly call that a honeymoon.
We did Key West.
Yeah.
We did Key West, and it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do like an official we really didn't have the time off of work at the time.
Time off work and extra money. I mean,
Yeah.
that loot that we made from the wedding, we were using to pay for the house and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff that you don't, you're talked into believing that you actually need social media. You don't need social media.
Oh, that's not true.
I will say when we went to North Carolina for spring break and I did that like 3-4 day unplug. That was amazing.
It?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and it's actually helped me like cut back on my screen time since then.
It's funny because I got my wife the internet package for the cruise. I said, I got you the internet, and she goes, oh, you did? And I go, yeah. I go, what's wrong? And she goes, oh, I was kind of going to take a little break on the cruise and not do social media. And I go, I can give it back. And get the refund. She's like, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like we didn't get the internet package. We took pictures and stuff like that, and then when we just waited when we got back and posted them. But yeah,
I don't know that I'm quite at a position in my life to do that. I am too dependent.
You're an addict.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Bobby said that to me. Bobby goes, "You're addicted to your phone." I go, "Don't say it like you just discovered it. I'll be the first person to tell you."
Hard Rock Bet did an update yesterday. It was down for a little while. People lost their mind.
Yeah.
People. Not only did people lose their mind, people thought that I apparently run the Hard Rock Bet app.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought so too.
I had to write to people and be like, "Do you think that there's a switch over here at my house that I flip and do the stuff?"
You control it.
You don't need, Carmen. You don't need a 12-step skincare routine.
I know.
Okay.
I don't have one.
All right.
I shave.
Shave.
Oh, Jesus. That's
I
so weird.
shave and I use lotion. That's it.
Overpriced makeup and personal hygiene products. There's a lot of makeup that you can get that's the same stuff, but that's just not, packaged and have the name and stuff. There is some that's better and some that's worse, but there is some that I guarantee is half the price of whatever designer, and it's the exact same stuff.
When we go out in a setting where there's a lot of people, I could see who's wearing the cheap makeup.
Mm.
Not that it's their fault.
No, you can't. It's just they're not good at applying it. There is a big difference. There's people
that's has a lot to do with it for sure.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Because I remember you said about we were talking about suits before, and I never wear a suit, and you were like, yeah, but you can tell the difference. I cannot tell the difference between
if you saw a guy standing there with a custom suit on that was tailored to him and a guy who took one off the rack. They both could be very nice suits, but you will immediately tell the difference between the two.
I don't think I could because I think
the way they fit.
But that's it. Is the thing about that is what I always say about like Brad Pitt and Ryan Reynolds and this and that. And I'm like, oh, that's a cool outfit. What is that? Jeans and a t-shirt. It just looks better on them. If you're in good shape, and you know what I mean.
If you get a suit that is a 42 long, and then you get a suit that's a 42 long, and it's tailored to you, it looks entirely different on you. You would notice immediately.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is if Ryan Reynolds is in a suit, and
I'm in a suit,
right,
he's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
but what
and
I'm
his
saying
suit
is,
off the rack may look better than your
What I'm saying
suit.
is, if you put two together that are the same,
yes. If I tried them both on, I would go, "Oh yeah, this one's much better." I get that, but I'm saying if I walk into a party and you're wearing a suit and Ryan Reynolds is wearing a suit, not just because of he's a movie star or whatever, just the body type, I'd go, "Oh, that's a good looking suit."
I'm going to tell you, I think that I disagree with you because I think that a majority of the time that you see these celebrities, they are wearing tailored clothes.
I'm sure.
Even jeans.
And I'm sure they're very
clothes.
expensive.
Yeah.
Even their t-shirts that I say, oh, what is that, jeans and the t-shirt? T-shirt, meanwhile, is $385.
Right.
For the t-shirt. It's like crazy. Super white teeth to the point where it looks unnatural. You've seen people that have those teeth where you're like,
just don't have brown teeth.
Roman Reigns has like super crazy.
Chiclets.
Yeah.
But also like the overdone where it's like huge. Whenever people get like fake teeth, didn't Big J get fake teeth and like they were too big for a while?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's just a weird look. Plastic surgery, butt implants, butt lifts, those type of things.
Beard dyeing?
Beard dyeing, they say that's weird. That's a weird thing.
Yeah, there's some girls they're just naturally pretty and they just ruin their face. They just
Yeah,
do
it's unnecessary.
It's like,
you see that all the time. Where you're like, she was like naturally pretty.
Yeah.
Now she looks old and busted because she got stuff done.
Yeah, I would rather you just look old and graceful. I mean, Demi Moore had a lot of stuff done too, but she looks pretty good.
It depends on how much money you have and what doctor you go to. Where some people can pull it off and it looks good.
Like, I feel like if Demi Moore didn't do anything, she still would look pretty hot.
Yeah.
A little older, but still hot.
Right. Fabric softener. You don't actually need fabric softener.
If you
You
want
can
to have
use-
soft fabric, you do.
No, you can use vinegar. That's a natural fabric softener.
Yeah,
And
smell
a lot
like
cheaper.
vinegar.
Oh, vinegar
you
clothes.
No, you don't smell it because it washes out with your detergent, but it's a natural. Okay.
No, I'm saying that's interesting.
Yeah, but you can't smell it. It's like anything, like when you use vinegar to get like odors out of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't smell like vinegar after it dries and it kills the odors.
Okay.
So
You don't need the newest phone every year.
I do.
Do you get it every year?
Nah, about every other year.
I don't. I usually go a few years in between, like 3-4 years.
I only do it if there's something that you need on it.
Yeah.
Like the ChatGPT stuff, the AI stuff, the camera was different. I mean, there was a lot of things on this phone that was a little bit better.
I don't know enough and do enough stuff, whatever, to know. By all accounts, Androids are better. The only reason I have an iPhone is because everybody else has an iPhone. And I don't want to be the green one in the thing. And, it's like, I don't know.
Carmen, you said you're going to get away from the iPhone soon, right?
see, I was thinking about it, and basically I was just gonna wait until this one completely like cut me off and I couldn't upgrade it and stuff anymore. But now the more research I do, the iPhone is more user friendly.
Yeah.
Samsung and stuff like that, it would be a huge learning curve. And now I'm like, I don't know. So right now, I think I have like a 15 or a 14. So
Carmen, Joe agreed with you. He doesn't have his microphone on.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have your microphone on.
I was chewing. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus. This one.
I think I'd rather you chew into the microphone.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
This one, hear me out before you jump in. A lot of things for babies. Don't need new things. Someone said babies don't need things parents think that they need. It's always things that the parents think that the baby needs. Same thing goes for your dog. There's a lot of stuff that people do get for their dogs that the dogs don't need. You know, think of dogs in the 70s. They were totally fine. They ate out of the trash.
Backs.
Yeah, drank out of a puddle.
My
And they
dog's
lived
got-
to be 23 years old.
My dog's got so many toys and stuff. Like,
But
everywhere
also-
I go somewhere, I'm like, oh, he'll love this. I buy him a toy.
Yeah, and think of the life, you know,
Yeah,
you're making sure that they have the water from the, the filtration system for the water and the this, and you're making the dog's food and doing everything, which is great. You know, it's fine. You can do that, but they don't necessarily need that.
Maybe he loves it. I can tell he likes it.
You don't need to do a gender reveal. Nobody needs a gender reveal. You're doing it because you want to, and you want to celebrate and do that stuff, whatever.
just an extra party.
None of it's necessary.
Yeah.
It's all for fun.
That was not a thing when my kids were.
Me either.
Yeah.
No.
Daddy
Dude,
and
I
being
wanted
born.
to know right away. I got to
Yeah.
start playing in that bedroom.
It happened with my brother's first son. They did a cake that they cut into, and it was blue. Right.
Yeah.
And that was it. It
Simple.
wasn't like
How long ago was that?
14 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My kids are teenagers, and that wasn't like a thing that I remember.
No,
That was like one of the first times it
Yeah.
was brought to my attention. I go, oh, yeah, that's clever. And that was it.
we went to get the sonogram, and they said, "Do you want to know?" We said, "Yes." They said, "It's a boy," and
Same.
that's it. We're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. A replacement, you can fix stuff. You don't always need another one. Sometimes it's just easier, though.
Yeah.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all about getting a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime that something breaks, I just get a new one.
Yeah, and a lot of time I just go to my Amazon thing and buy again, and I go, yeah, I liked it. I'll buy it again.
That's the thing. Amazon's made it so easy for us to just get a new one.
You don't need to carry a water bottle around with you.
If a TV broke in my house, there's nothing. I have one TV that's 85 inches. There's no way in the world I would ever get it fixed. I would just get a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they said it's only a $25 fuse, but if I got to take it to take it off the wall, take it to a TV shop, get it fixed, bring it back, rehang, just get a new TV.
You have like piles of TVs around the
I
house.
do have too many
It's
TVs.
like- they're like all over the
Carmen,
place.
do you need a TV?
Yeah, I could always use
I got an
one.
extra one if
Yeah.
you need one.
Okay.
But I was in like Walmart the other day, and I went past like a 70 whatever TV, and it was like $300 and some dollars. I go, this is ridiculous. That's how I bought my last TV. I was in Walmart, didn't need a TV, but it was such a good deal. I go, I got to buy this TV.
That's what Dino says.
Yeah.
Dino goes, my wife will call me every once in a while and go, they got 65 inches for $100. We got to buy them.
Yeah.
We just have to have them.
That's why the videos you see where the people are punching the TV after
Yeah,
a game.
yeah,
It's like, who
exactly.
cares? It's not that shocking
I'm thinking
anymore.
about doing that this year. The
Yeah.
Bucks lose, I'm going to destroy my
do it.
TV.
Let's do it.
See if I get a couple clicks.
You don't need to carry a water bottle around with you all day to drink water. The people always have
my
I
that
do.
giant
wife. My
one
wife
that they-
has that with her at all times.
Yeah.
She's constantly sucking it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right. And gobs of toothpaste. You don't need gobs of toothpaste. You just need the pea size on there. Your
Yeah.
dentist, I'm sure, told you that. While he was checking your blood pressure.
Well,
Yeah, so there you go. A lot of stuff you don't actually need, but you just like, I don't know, I got to keep up with the Joneses. I got to do all this stuff. This is pretty wild. Kanye West, he's back in the news, not for being, saying Nazi stuff and wearing Ku Klux
I mean, he
Klan
is in the news
outfits
for that as well.
Well, yeah, but this is a new thing. Kanye West opened up about an alleged sexual experience he had with his cousin as a kid, saying that a memory from his childhood inspired his upcoming song, Cousins.
Oh.
Now, I could read the article and explain it to you, but a lady already did, and the way that it ends is so fantastic that I would like for you to hear the audio of this. And for all I know, this is an AI voice, but just the way that it explains it is fantastic. Here it is, talking about Kanye, Cousins, his new song, and how it was inspired and came about because of a sexual relationship with his male cousin. Take a listen.
Saying, the song is called Cousins, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. The Grammy winner goes on to say that he felt responsible for engaging in the activity with his cousin, who he does not identify. Ye writes, perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. The 47-year-old also shares where he allegedly found the X-rated publications, saying, my dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. Kanye adds, my name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's till I was 14.
Oh, wow.
What?
Bing, bang, boom.
Wow.
Bing, bang, boom.
That was definitely AI.
Out of
That was
his
AI,
mind.
Yeah. But the way that it...
Yeah.
My name is Ye. And okay.
Oh, my God.
So he wrote that in an article, like a post? Is that where that's from?
Yeah, but I think it's that may be in the song.
Oh.
That may be part of
the lyrics.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, my
man.
God. Is his name Rick? Because that would make it a lot easier to rhyme.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Wow.
When you think there's no way Kanye could get any weirder.
Yep.
The Nazis wouldn't like him.
No
way. Holy smokes.
Well, they started out not liking him.
Oh, man.
It's just
That's true. That's true. Right out of the gate, he was not one of their
Not
favorites. Yeah.
By the way, I saw a really interesting thing is black people are not down with gay people. Do you know that? Do you know that that's a thing?
I did not know
Carmen,
that.
are you aware of this? Does
I'm
Chad
not.
talk to you about it? Whatever?
No.
Like, like they say that's a white guy thing. Like white guys will do the check and do the different stuff or make like jokes and stuff. And black guys are like not down with that. Like don't even joke around about that stuff.
Black dudes take that stuff seriously.
Right. So it's now Kanye Nazi stuff, Kanye Ku Klux Klan. I mean, we'll still rock with Kanye. Kanye gay stuff.
Yeah.
Nope.
Now we're
Gay.
out. Now we're
done
out.
with the gay. Yeah, like I think that's so funny that was the line that he crossed.
So are people still separating the art from the artist, or is he done?
I can.
You can?
I can. Yeah, I don't care. I've never met Kanye. I don't know what he does. My wife is done. Like she loved Kanye. We saw Kanye live. She won't even acknowledge him anymore. Yesterday she said to me, "What is Kanye doing?" I go, "What could he be doing now that's disturbing you?" And it was more Nazi stuff that he tweeted.
I mean, for years they would call him he was a genius.
Yeah, I will tell you, I've never liked Kanye. I always thought he was an idiot, and now his true colors are finally showing through. And I'm like, see, I told you, 19 years ago, this guy was an idiot and stuff. But
him and Jay-Z were buddies, and now he's talking about Jay-Z's kids being retarded and stuff.
He's got mental issues.
Right, that's what I
it
think.
is. Yeah.
Did he apologize for that or no?
He did apologize, but wasn't sincere.
Like he said he was in some sort of mental state. But what I was going to say is never a fan of Kanye, but that Gold Digger song, still a good song.
Right. That's, that's
Yeah.
my thing. Is like I'm not P. Diddy seems by all accounts to be a very terrible person, but I watched Get Him to the Greek last night. And he's great in that movie. I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm not out buying his merchandise, but I still listen to the song while it's on. That's it.
The video of him beating that woman up in the hallway, that's oof.
Yeah. I would never like high five P.
But
Diddy.
I still love Get Him to the Greek.
Get Him to the Greek is great.
That and when he's in Made, he's so funny in the movie Made.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's and neither one of that is making me go, he's all right. They were both saying he's garbage. He's a garbage human being, but he's really good in these movies.
When I watch those movies, though, I don't think about P. Diddy,
Right.
No, his
abuser.
character.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like what's his name? Aldous Snow. What's his name?
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. People don't like him, and he says weird stuff and all that. I'm like, I don't even care. I don't want to hear anything Russell Brand has to say. I like Al the Snow.
When you watch Maverick or Mission Impossible, do you think of Tom Cruise jumping up on the couch and being all crazy? And
No.
No, you think this is a great movie.
Yeah. I watched a little Mission Impossible yesterday, just to try and catch up a little before the next one comes out.
What's so funny is I popped up Emilio Estevez was talking about his role in the first Mission Impossible.
5 minutes.
And he goes, Tom Cruise told me, he goes, we're going to do this and we're going to do this big thing. And he goes, and we're going to have a bunch of different cameo, like famous people, whatever. He goes, and you're all going to die. And he was like, I'm in. That sounds great. You know what I mean? Like, because that opening like 20 minutes of that, where the whole thing, and he said an interesting thing. The director, I guess, was showing some of the stuff to George Lucas. And George Lucas goes, where's your spaghetti scene? And he goes, what are you talking about? And he goes, where they're all sitting around dinner. He goes, it doesn't have to be spaghetti, but where they're all, and we get introduced to all the different characters. He goes, so then I had to go back and do that because they put that into the movie where they go and they're set up in there and they're talking about how bad the coffee is and stuff. Yeah. They're running down the whole thing. And he was like, that was because of George Lucas.
Yeah, that first one is great.
It's so good.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Went straight out and got the Tom Cruise haircut.
Yep.
Went straight out and I was like, do it.
What is it, Tom Cruise?
The way his Mission Impossible, it's short, but it's almost like cut at different angles.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so some's long, some short. It's kind of, I don't even know the terminology for it or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a little bit longer than a buzz cut forward, but it also has like, what is that called, Carmen, whenever they go into your hair and they cut at different angles and it's spiky and doing that? Do you know the name?
Oh, like it's either texturized.
Yeah, it's like texturized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. And I was like,
Interesting.
that looks so cool.
I've never had hair cool enough to ask for anything.
No.
2 on the sides, 4 on the top. Thank you very much.
If I
Four
said-
on the top.
Yeah.
Really?
If I said, give me the Tom Cruise, I don't think they would
No.
do that.
They'd be like, there's nothing we can give you to
No.
make you Tom Cruise.
Sorry, we can't do that for you.
Way beyond help, sir.
I got 1 on the sides. How you like that?
I don't
Tight,
like
tight,
it.
tight.
Too tight for me. Too tight.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2025 will be announced Sunday night on American Idol.
Oh, really?
Yeah, trying to tie it in, do the thing. This year's group of nominees for
How
the Rock
many-
and Roll
how
Hall of
many they
Fame.
pick?
I don't know. I think like 6 or 7.
Well, let's say 6.
Okay.
All right.
Bad Company,
Okay.
The Black Crowes,
Okay.
Mariah Carey,
Yeah.
Chubby Checker,
Nope.
Joe Cocker, Billy Idol, Joy Division / New Order,
Nope.
lumping them together, Cyndi Lauper, Mania, Oasis, Outkast, Fish, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes.
I think there's plenty there.
I think that's a strong class.
I think there's plenty there. I think it's going to be a very female dominant class. I think it's going to be Mariah Carey and Cyndi Lauper.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I
Chubby's
think
out.
Black Crowes.
By the way, Mariah Carey and Cyndi Lauper are the only 2 females in the class.
Yeah.
Chubby's out.
Black Crowes.
Black Crowes in.
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol in.
Bad Company.
Bad Company in.
Who am I missing?
Oasis.
No Mana. No Oasis.
Fish.
And Fish.
Soundgarden.
No.
White Stripes.
No. White Stripes eventually, but not yet.
Joe Cocker.
Oh, maybe Joe Cocker. I mean, Joe Cocker really had 2 songs.
I think. I don't even know how
Joe
to say
Cocker's
it.
biggest song was a Beatles song.
I don't even know how to say it. Is it Mana or Mania?
Mana.
Mana.
Mana?
Get in.
Why?
Just because it's the Rock and Roll Hall of
Nana.
Fame. Yeah.
Nana.
I think Oasis gets in there because they think there's a chance they'll come perform, and then they don't. They turn it down.
Oh,
Maybe.
Yeah, they already said they don't even want to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, if Bad Company doesn't get in, I'm driving to Cleveland.
All right.
I'll fight somebody.
I think Bad Company deserves to be in, and I think they get in, but I think there's a chance that they skip them
Oh,
just because the class is so full.
they took so long to get some of the different ones. Cheap Trick, Foreigner,
I know.
taking way too long on some of those. There's still plenty of them that aren't in that are crazy, but Bad Company absolutely.
What
should
did
be.
Dion say? Dion said that they were retiring Shador's number because they want him to be alive to smell the roses.
Yeah.
Yeah, some along those lines. That's how it should be with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They should get in while they're still alive.
Yeah. I guess there were, because everybody was criticizing that they put Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders and retire their jerseys, and they're like
Right.
kind of up in the stadium now. And he was saying that There was another player for Colorado. I forget who it was.
Rashawn Salam.
Yeah, who also won the Heisman.
Hey, Pete and Rashawn were friends. It's the only reason why I know who that is.
And he's since passed, and they put him in after he passed.
Right.
And he's like, that's stupid. Why would you wait that long when you're going to put him in anyways?
Right.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty good argument.
I agree. It's the same reason why I can't believe that the WWE isn't putting the Nasty Boys. They're putting some of these really schlub
Oh, yeah.
players in the Hall of Fame, and they haven't put the Nasty Boys in.
I can see waiting a certain amount of time, but not if the person's probably going to die. You know what I mean? Like,
But like, if you know he's in no matter what are you waiting for? Is the thing.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's the thing.
argument.
Well, yeah, and it's also it's their with them, it's their college career, so it doesn't matter whether they're a bust in the pros or anything,
Yeah.
whatever. Which I don't think they're going to be, but if for some odd reason they are, it was their college career. That's their college. number.
There's a meme going around and it shows their names up on the stadium and it says Travis Hunter and then it just says Dion's kid. Travis Hunter won the Heisman, so
Yeah.
it's like that's going to happen. So he makes a good point. What the hell are you waiting for?
I get it. I do. I believe that a lot of these guys die before they ever get it. How about though? All the years that the WWE and the Ultimate Warrior didn't talk, and then Triple H came in, put him together, and then he dies right after.
Yeah.
that. Oh man.
Like he got one Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and that was it.
That's
Do you think that's it? That was it? Like that's what he was waiting for? And then
that's
he
a
was
Charlie
like,
Calta rule?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's my grandfather. My grandfather said that was the best piece of coconut cream pie he ever had, and then he died. Like I feel like at some point in his life, he said, "I won't die till I've eaten the best piece of coconut cream pie."
I will not go to another Buccaneer game until they put Martin Gramatica in the Ring of Honor.
That's because you can't afford to.
That's pretty sure. I'll go if you can be.
I mean,
Like Martin gets in the suite.
I definitely believe that. So much that we started a website for it that Martin deserves to be in. I don't understand how the Glaciers don't see that. Like that, they'll use Martin as a
Promotional
conduit,
tool.
and as
Yeah.
a promotional person between the fans and the organization, but they don't see it fit to put him where he deserves to be.
Yesterday, the Buccaneers made a bunch of announcements because it's the 50th year of the franchise, and they got all kinds of different things planned throughout the year. And one of the thing was they're counting down like the top 50 Buccaneers of all time. Gramatica 100% is in the top 50.
Who is going to be number one?
Probably Leroy Selman.
Really?
I think so.
You don't think? I think for some reason they always rest on Derek Brooks.
Or Derek Brooks.
Yeah.
I think they're both. That's like probably your top 2 or 3.
It's top three are going to be Selman, Brooks, and Sapp.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wonder where Brady comes into that. I don't know.
I mean, he's going to be up there.
Yeah.
He's a quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback, and he's the greatest of all time.
so
He's going to
he's-
be in the top 5.
I would say top 10 maybe.
Yeah, even
I
though
say he's in top 5. I say he's 5.
even though his time was short here, whatever, he did a lot.
His time was so short that I think that works against him.
He changed the organization.
Yeah.
He made us winners again and set off on a streak of winning.
So you've got your top 5 with Sapp, Brooks,
Sapp, Brooks, Selman.
Brady.
No.
Oh, he's not in your top
Brady's
5?
5. Sapp, Brooks, Selman.
Oh, you're going in order. I'm saying okay.
I got my 5, which is probably close to what yours is.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be
I would if top 5.
Mike Evans.
Yeah, I'd go Sapp,
Yeah.
Brooks, Selman, Evans,
Brady.
Mike Allstott.
Oh, well, maybe that. Maybe Allstott, then Brady.
When you look at Brady, you don't think Buccaneer is the problem.
That's not true. It's all I think of.
Well,
Brady
but
is all Buccaneer to me, despite what he did in New England.
You're in the severe minority.
Yes.
And which I get
I'm
it.
very selfish
But that's
with it.
why I think he's top 10, but he's not. There's so many guys that are like just Buccaneers.
By the way, speaking of Martin Gramatica, congratulations to Martin and his youngest son who committed to USF.
Yeah. No, he said he wanted to keep both kids close, and he got that.
That's
He
pretty
got that
cool.
for sure. That must be a great feeling to have both kids successful, both kids staying close to home, and they're like such a good family. you
Right.
know?
And that's good for announcers can talk about how
yeah.
they're both playing for USF and their father is a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, Santiago, he kicked the USF too.
He went there.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Well,
So we were talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and stuff. Foreigner, who of course was inducted last year, was it last year? I think has revealed that they have a brief Las Vegas residency booked in March of 2026 that will feature the band performing alongside an orchestra.
I don't think that's bad.
I mean, it's good for the slow song. Right, exactly. Foreigner will perform at the Venetian Theater on March 6th, 7th,
At least
11th.
it's a nice place.
13th, 14th, all in 2026. According to the venue's site, the show will be a celebration of the band's 50th anniversary and will provide a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for fans to experience their most popular hits with a 20-piece orchestra.
My birthday is in September.
Yeah.
And, not that I care about my birthday, but it's a good excuse to get everybody to do something. And I thought we'd all go to Vegas to see Motley Crue.
Oh, really?
Because they're doing a residency. But then Tom Segura's here on my birthday, so I'd rather just stay here and watch that.
I'm thinking about doing Vegas in November. So if you want, your wife's
What about
birthday.
if you go out for Foreigner and you go, I want to know what love is.
I want you to show me.
Oh, that's pretty good. We might have to just do it here.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm down to go in November.
I have some new music for you guys.
God, it's been so long.
I have new music for you. Carmen's going to play it. You guys try and guess who it is.
Okay.
This is a band that I'll just say has had some controversy in the past.
All right.
And one of the members has. Take a listen to this. Tell me if you can figure out who it is. New music on the Mike Calta Show. Here we go.
Puddle of mud. 100% puddle of mud. It's exactly what it is. I'm your backdoor trapdoor man. Yep.
That's all right.
Somebody's been listening to STP.
Yeah, or Buck
Nickelback.
Cherry. Yeah.
I thought he always had a cool voice, but he's such a weirdo.
Yeah.
It's very, here's a rock song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of thing, whatever. That is a new song called Butamus from the upcoming album Kiss the Machine. It's going to be released on May 2nd. So you can go out and get some new Puddle of Mud, and I would get the insurance on the tickets if you're buying any tickets to go see their concert.
I moved on in my taste.
Yeah.
I'm definitely in a Doechii phase right now.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to hear. Yeah. It's like getting in bed, going to watch a TV show and just putting on Seinfeld. I turn the Spotify on. I'm like, what can I listen to? Doechii every time.
Yeah.
I can't shake it.
This sounds like something that you'll be interested in. I think I'm interested in this too.
All right. Let's
Gio,
go together.
You're in together. Netflix is launching a reality show on the WWE's writers' room called WWE Unreal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
I just watched a trailer for that this morning. Yeah, it looks. I'll be very interested in it, but at the same time, sometimes you don't want the curtain pulled back.
That
so
is
far.
something that I feel like I could do.
Yeah,
I could write for the WWE. Like I feel like I could carry out storylines. I can create characters. I think I would be good at that.
yeah. By the way, I'm all back in on the John Cena heel.
I watched a little bit of him last night and then got kind of bored.
Well, I saw him on Pat McAfee.
Did you see that? That was hilarious.
Yeah,
They were giving him crap. The audience was because of his bald spot.
Yeah.
And he called him out on it.
yeah.
He's like, it's not cool. You're bullying me. He goes, you guys are saying all this stuff. And he goes, like, I had to go get hair transplants now.
Yeah.
He goes, if I was to say something about you, you guys would lose your mind and stuff. He goes, but it's totally okay for 20,000, 30,000 people all to tell me I have a giant bald spot.
Yeah, he's like, and the fuzzies are coming in, so suck it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like all the stuff that John Cena couldn't say the last 20 years because he was John Cena.
He could do it now.
Now he's saying, like, he was talking about fans that annoy him in elevators. He goes, "You're rude. You're
Yeah.
just rude. I'm just here trying to enjoy my life, and now you're rude and you're bugging me." And it's all the stuff he's been like unable to say. Now he can say for like 20 years.
So the first time that I ever met John Cena, me and Brian Adams went to go see a WWE house show at the Sundome. This has got to be in the maybe right when Joey was born or right before Joey was born.
By the way,
Cena-
Brian Adams, wrestler Brian Adams.
No, the guy who sang
Summer
Summer
69.
69. Yeah, Brian Adams, a wrestler. We went to the show together, and we parked backstage and went in through the back, and I didn't really know a lot of people. I knew Big Show, I knew Undertaker, and I was kind of like trying to stay out of the way. And Brian was one of the boys, so he's over there having conversations, and I'm just kind of like trying to be my own. And I look down the hall, and I see John Cena, and I know who he is, but I don't know him at all. And I look at him and he looks at me, and then we turn to the weird, and then I look and he catches me looking again. And I'm kind of only just looking down the hall, and he catches my eye, turn around. Next thing I turn back, and he's right there in my face. And he came up. He goes, "Hey man, how's it going? I'm John." I go, "Hey John, I'm Mike." And I shook his hand. He goes, "Nice to meet you, buddy." And I was like, "Thank you." Like he knew that I was. And instead of being a dick, he came right up to me and was like, "Hey, hi, I'm John. Nice to meet you." Like couldn't have been a nicer guy. And then when Joey was little, he met Joey a couple of times, and he was the same thing. Like he's never been anything but a great guy. And having to do that for millions of people, how he has not lost his mind.
The most sick kids.
Oh yeah,
that's what this new character is. He's just unloading all the stuff he wish he could say forever. And
Good for him.
It's so fun to watch now.
So I told you my John Cena story before, but it's funny because I was never into wrestling, and my buddy Kevin liked it and stuff. And Tough Enough, I thought was a great show.
Oh yeah,
Tough Enough, which made the Ultimate Fighter UFC, because that was just like, hey, let's do that. But we went to a show in Pensacola. And they were like, we'll have you meet some of the wrestlers or this and that, whatever. And I don't even know what era this is. I remember The Rock was big. And maybe like Stone Cold. So we were like, oh, maybe The Rock's going to come back here. And maybe they put us in a room and we're like waiting there. And then this guy comes in and it's John Cena. And we're like, oh, all right. And he's like, do you guys want me to sign some stuff? And I'm like, I guess so. And he's like, all right, well, nice to meet you guys.
Maybe he'll amount to something.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. And we're like, all right, see you later, John.
I have to interrupt your story.
Do it.
Here we go, Bone Fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is...
This hour's keyword is... Oh, it's appropriate. Goal. Head over to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter the word goal before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone Bonus could be yours. We'll be hearing that a lot tonight in the Lightning game.
Goal.
I hope.
Good. Go get it and go get your $1,000. And then if you win, you are politically...
Nope.
I don't know where politically came from. I was going to say you're legally allowed to. I mean, required to buy us a pizza, but that's not true either. Oh, forget my dumb jokes.
Yeah, so we met John Cena and, didn't know that he was anybody or anything. And then, of course, became one of the hugest wrestlers of all time.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I used to watch John Cena when he was in OVW wrestling, when Batista was down there, and a bunch of those guys were down in like the minor league wrestling thing.
Yeah.
He put his time in.
What did they have in Louisville? There was...
That was Ohio Valley.
Though, is that okay? Yeah, because
Yeah.
a lot of those guys came through there.
Yep.
Because when I was there, I remember them talking about
Batista was Leviathan, and John Cena was like a cyborg or something like that. And who was out? There was some girls down there. There was when Big Show came over from WCW, they sent him down there for a little while.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's still weird to me that John Cena lives probably 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, like I see him all the time driving.
Yeah, anytime you see that green Lamborghini,
Yeah.
that's him.
Must be nice.
Finally, in news, people on Reddit were naming the greatest one-liners in movie history, and Crack.com compiled 23 of them. What do you think the greatest one-liners out of movies? Can you think of any that stand out to you?
I'll be back.
I'll be back, which of course is Terminator. Let's see, where does that fall on this list? I have the top 10 here. I'll be back is not in the top 10, surprisingly.
All right, how about You Can't Handle the Truth?
You Can't Handle the Truth, delivered by Jack Nicholson, which is from A Few Good Men, comes in at number 10.
Okay.
It's a great one.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli, number 7 from Godfather, 1972.
Who Killed My Sister?
Who Killed My Sister? What's that from?
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
You Killed My Sister.
No Wizard of Oz.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Jerry Maguire, not in the top 10, Carmen. Not in the top 10. I'm surprised you guys haven't got number 5, because number 5 seems like it would come immediately, especially in this room.
We're supposed to have Kevin Smith on today. I know this is in the list, but my favorite all-time line is from Clerks when he goes trying to SNED.
Yeah. So good.
Say hello to my little friend.
Oh,
Say hello to my
one.
little friend. Not in the top 10.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What else?
I will tell you, a lot of the top 10 are ones that are very popular and you've heard a million times. And all the
E.T.
different
Phone
stuff.
Home?
Number 10 was You Can't Handle the Truth, Few Good Men. Number 9, Frankly, My Dear, I Don't Give a Damn.
Okay.
Gone with the Wind, 1939. Number 8, so dumb, but they brought it back for the Super Bowl. I'll Have What She's Having. When Harry Met Sally. Number 7, Geo got with Leave the Gun, Take the Cannoli. Godfather. Number 6.
An offer he can't refuse.
No more Godfather in there.
Oh.
My name is Inigo
Montoya.
Yeah, there you go.
You killed my father.
Prepared to Die. Princess Bride. This is one I'm surprised you guys were in the top 5 here. You're excited
What's
about
the movie?
You're excited about seeing the play.
Back to the Future?
What's the quote?
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Back to the Future, 1985. Number 4. You eat pieces of blank for breakfast.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
So good.
This one's a great one. I've come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Classic.
Yeah.
What is that from?
They Live.
Yeah.
With
Roddy Piper.
Yeah. The number 2 is these are people of the land, the common clay of the New West. You know, morons. Blazing Saddles, 1974. And then number 1 for the greatest one-liners in movie history, according to crack.com, is Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Dr. Strangelove from 1964. There you go.
That's number 1?
That's number 1.
Really?
Yeah, you would think I'll Be Back would be in there for sure.
Make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah.
Not even in the top 10.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Say hello to my little friend. That was a good guess.
They're all good guesses.
The world
Not
is
my
yours.
list. Crack.com. You can email them if you would like.
I don't like it.
I'm on it. I'm going to email him today. All right, we got to take a break. Hopefully, you are putting your Bone Bonus keyword in. You have another 20 minutes or so to do that. With the app, the Bone Bonus keyword was goal. Get it in now for your chance to win $1,000. When we come back, it is early this week. We're going to be talking to Ask the Dom. If you have a question for yes,
Dom's MIA. I haven't heard from him.
What do you mean?
I just said, are you still good for 8? Usually he texts me in the morning when he's on his way.
I'm assuming he's in his office right now
I'm-
with his feet kicked up on his desk,
Maybe-
smoking a cigar, thinking about how cool he is.
Maybe Carmen can knock on the door or something. I don't know.
Try
I
the
would take a
landline
look.
in there.
Have you've not seen him anywhere?
No, but I've been sitting behind the board, so I haven't been out and about. But he hasn't come to the studio yet.
Usually he'll text me like, "Hey, I'm coming up the stairs or I'm almost there."
You better get his crap together because it's
Yeah.
8:06. Maybe Dom will be here next. If you want to get on the phone lines, 800-771-1025. If not, I will answer your legal calls to the best of my ability.
He's here.
With no legal... all right, he's here, so don't worry about it. 800-771-1025. Get on the phones now. Ask the Dom is next on 1025 The Bone.
Carmen, can you hear us? Are we good?
Yep,
All right.
you're good.
Just making sure. Gio had to go over there and press a bunch of buttons and stuff.
What is happening?
Yeah. I should probably learn how to do that just in case.
Yeah.
Because I said to Gio, I go, hey, do you know what buttons you push there? Yeah, Mike had to go. He just texts back. Carmen said 1 minute in the group chat, and Mike texts back, oh boy.
He was sitting here and he went, "Oh no,
Yeah.
oh this is bad," and then jumped up and moved very fast out the
He
door.
goes, this is emergency. I go, well, stop talking. Start walking. Get out of here, man.
Like he felt the need to announce to us what was all happening.
Yeah.
But he's been saying all morning that
Right.
his stomach's been upset.
Yeah.
So it was just a matter of time.
Yeah, he went to DEFCON 1.
Yeah.
Did you find Dom? I know maybe he was in there too.
I'm here. Good morning, guys.
Hi, Dom.
find him,
How's it
yeah.
going?
I'm doing good. Did you clock Mike? That's probably the fastest you'll ever see him run.
Yeah.
If he runs like that, he's definitely ready for the 5K.
Yep. He's ready to go. Just tell him to have a protein shake in the morning and then run.
The fastest I've ever seen Mike Calta run. Woo! You just gotta time him. But no, I sorry about that, Gio. I was on the phone just with some clients, and I didn't. Of course, driving. I can't text and drive, but. Didn't mean to scare you guys that I was MIA.
No, that's all right. You for a second we were going to have Mike answering the legal questions, which is never good for you.
That's Calta Justice.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
People
But
call me all the time.
You usually have to go back and tell them, well, that's not legal.
That's right.
We have to figure this out. Dom, do you have your land legs back?
I do. It took a week or
Right?
so.
Right?
And I don't know. I mean, those cruises are so much fun, and every year it just gets better and better. And I don't know why. I didn't have any court last week, but obviously I've got court today, which I appreciate you guys let me sneak in early. But I don't know. Maybe it was just so much fun. It just took a little longer to get used. So I was listening to you guys last week, and you guys were like, God, I'm trying to get up and get moving. We're all on ship's time, I think.
Yeah, it was weird. I just because I didn't feel like I got crushed on the cruise or anything. Just doing it and being out and doing all this stuff, whatever. It just took a little while to get back into the groove of things. Where I was like, I just feel tired. I don't know. I'm just kind of run down, but it was worth it. It was a great time, and we already have 19 planned for next year.
I'm looking forward to that. Again, another April cruise, which is pretty good. Towards it gets far enough away from spring break, which usually hits in March, so it's not going to collide with the kids' schedule. So
Good.
Going to do that one again.
I do know that Dom, you have a traffic ticket from me that you're working on. Anything I need to do? Do I need to give blood or
blood pressure? Maybe
all taken care of. Actually, that was yesterday.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, everything's fine. The corporal was there, so we.
Oh, he showed up.
Yep. Yeah. In fact, this was the second hearing. The first one happened when I was in Colorado. So what happens is the court will give each side, the defense and law enforcement, traditionally one continuance each. And I wasn't in town because I was in Colorado. No big deal, but I went yesterday, and withhold of adjudication, no points, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Corporal was great. Everybody's wonderful there in law enforcement. So that was actually, and in fact, I didn't get a chance to talk to you yet about it because I usually have mamas print out the disposition form from the clerk's office, and then we would send it in there, and you'll have about, you don't need it, but you'll 6 months to pay. It's going to be a small fee or fine, court costs, whatever it is. But, nothing bad.
He said that I was speeding. I disagreed, and I said, well, you'll hear from my lawyer.
That's right.
I like to be able to say that.
It's a fun thing to say.
Yeah.
No damage, no points, no school.
And that's a good thing. That's one of the things, like a lot of people will pay tickets or do stuff. You've talked about before, red light ticket. Red light ticket doesn't do anything to your insurance or anything like that. But a speeding ticket will. It'll get points on your license, and it can make your insurance go up and stuff. So instead of paying the ticket and just doing that, take it to Dom or take it to a lawyer, and that way you get that done. And, you may still have to pay a fee, whatever, but at least it's not all this stuff that's messing up your insurance or getting points on your license.
It protects your driving record.
Yeah.
And you don't want, if those points add up at a certain period of time or they accumulate too quickly, yes, you can run into some problems with your driver's license, and we don't want that to happen. All
right, well, let's get to the phone lines. Carmen, hopefully this will work out. I think we have everything up and proper and ready to go. You're going to have to answer the phone and do it. Who do we have online? Do we have a name or just pick up whoever?
Right now, we're just waiting for some calls.
Okay.
For all the listeners, 800-771-1025. Call with your calls for Dom.
Yeah, if you have any legal questions at all, 800-771-1025. Dom is in there to give you some free legal advice, and he gives good legal advice for sure. I can attest to that.
You want to hear something pretty neat?
Yeah.
This morning? One of the reasons
I was
why
hoping you had something neat.
I've got something neat for you guys. So one of the reasons why I've got court early this morning, I'm covering a few criminal matters for Bill Sansoni.
Mm-hmm.
Bill is at this very moment in front of the United States Supreme Court.
Oh.
And his father is a member of the Supreme Court for over 50 years, Chuck Sansoni. And his father is making a motion in front of the justices to admit Bill, Dead Air Sansoni, into the United States Supreme Court. You have to be a member of the bar there, of the court, in order to, if you're going to ever practice or argue a case there. So they're in D.C. this morning, and his dad, how neat is this? His dad's making a motion in front of the United States Supreme Court to allow them to admit his son into the court.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
What if they say no? Denied.
Well, I mean, I surmise they could say no, but usually it's more like a formality. I mean, Bill had to send all the whatever the qualifications were, his documentation and whatnot. And then they invite you up there. And then what's also neat is he and his dad, they have 2 seats reserved if you're admitted to the bar. So they've got 2 seats reserved there. And then they go right into whatever the hearings are today. So I don't know if they have the Trump administration. I know they've got the immigration issues going on there. There's a variety of different things you got his executive orders running around. So I don't know what is on the docket this morning, but they get a chance to sit in and listen to it.
Mr. Sansone, I see here your nickname is Dead Air. Is that correct?
Yes.
Duly noted.
Is that your Supreme Court justice?
For what it's worth, there is now a higher level of clout for the Mike Calta Show because you guys have a direct, indirect relationship now to the United States Supreme Court.
Oh, very nice. I like it.
Yeah, so when Mike comes off the potty, you can tell him the good news.
All right, the phone calls are coming in. If you want to get in, 800-771-1025. Let's take the top one right there. Carmen, they're suing the establishment. Let's get to that person. I can't see the name. Mike Calta Show, hello?
It's Ryan.
Ryan, you're on with Dom.
guys?
Good. What's going on, Ryan?
I just had a question, Dom. This actually came up yesterday. I wasn't even going to call, but I just figured that since you're on, I figured I'd ask. My daughter, she fell. She's 10. She fell into a large shopping place. Let's just say that, and national. And she fell, and I'm not sure if there was anything on the floor, or she tripped over her Crocs. I really have no idea. I was called to the front because she was in a different part of the store, and she cut and hurt her lip pretty bad. Is there any recoil? Am I spinning my wheels here, or what do you think?
Well, it's more difficult in the state of Florida. A few years ago, they changed the law where on premise liability issues, there's more of a challenge for a plaintiff or moving party to overcome the theory of negligence. So the legislature kind of defends the property owners a little bit more than they used to. However, without being litigious, a lot of these locations, even if you fall down, regardless of whose fault it is, you can still make a claim, get a report, ask for the insurance information. You don't really need an attorney for all of this. And a lot of these locations will have an insurance coverage called MedPay, premise liability MedPay. And it might be $1,000, it might be $5,000, it might be $10,000. But regardless of how the injury happens, you would potentially have access to your medical bills being compensated under the MedPay policy under a premise liability theory. And there's no attorney's fee associated with that. For example, if you were to hire the firm for a premise liability and we would get you MedPay, well, that's money really earmarked for the doctors. If there is a separate settlement for pain and suffering, then you would garner an attorney's fee, the lawyers would. But in this scenario, you can look into the insurance coverage, ask these nice folks if they have premise liability coverage, and if so, do they have a MedPay section? And then that way you can make a claim without an attorney and get our medical bills covered if there isn't significant personal injury that is a permanent impairment, if you will. So what
if there's no medical bills?
Then, if there's no medical bills, then you won't need to use any MedPay. Then the question is there any permanent injury? Is there going to be any damage? Is there going to be any scarring? And then now you're going to drift more to the side of a premise liability attorney. And then you got to look into whether or not there's video. You got to look into whether was there anything on the floor, or as a 10-year-old, sometimes they're young, they're clumsy, they fall, or was there a substance there, or was there some type of nuisance or hazard that caused her to fall or trip? So now you have to be a little bit more litigious and investigate the circumstances. So you have to weigh the level of injury versus the level of intent of how deep you want to go into it. And if you're interested,
right, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, would it be worth getting an attorney? They probably have They definitely have cameras. Was she running? Was she walking? Did she trip on something they had, or whatever? But I just figured that I would ask.
It's up to you
because it's a huge store. So
whether the store is big or small is irrelevant. It's whether or not the injury is big or small. So if your daughter's
right, I got you.
If the injury is the key. I mean, it doesn't make a difference where you fall, but we won't predominantly get to see the video because that's work product unless and until the case is in litigation. Sometimes the adjusters will send it to me, sometimes they won't. So just heads up on that. You're not automatically entitled to see that unless it's in litigation. But if you're interested and you want to talk about it further, the single law group, Shafi and David, they were on the cruise. They're a wonderful couple. They sponsor my show. They do premise liability. I don't have the time to do it. I do more auto accident cases and criminal cases. That's the reason why their firm does it. You can just email me and I can send you over their information.
All right, great. Thanks a lot, Dom. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good question.
You can email him, Dominic@askthedom.com, or you can always give a call over there, 813-251-5550. Let's go over to Rob, who has some questions about the sobriety, the field sobriety test. Rob, you're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got, buddy?
Yes, I was wondering about every time somebody says that they had to do a sobriety test, and I preface this by it's my understanding if you refuse the sobriety test, you get your license suspended for a year. But every time it's mentioned, you guys say that Dom tells you not to do the sobriety test.
If you don't know, don't blow.
That's right. The first thing I said on
Yeah,
the show
so-
about 16 years ago is that statement. That's my famous one-liner. That's my top 5 here. Ask the Dom one-liners.
How do you get around that whole suspension problem?
Well, when you're saying field sobriety tests, because you have several types, you're talking about the breathalyzer machine, is what I'm assuming, because a lot of people do field sobriety tests on the roadsides, FSEs.
Which Dom has told us in the past, they're just getting more information on you. They're getting more stuff for their case whenever you're doing the actual out there moving around, doing the standing on one foot and everything.
Galvin is 100% correct.
Correct.
Yeah, you can't pass
Which
or
I
fail
completely
those.
understand the idea that you're adding evidence against you, which is not a good thing. But still, when you sign your license, they say that if you refuse it, your license is gone for a year. So once again, how are you getting around that?
All right. Well, what on your license is what's called an implied consent. It's not actual consent. The word implied is there. So if you don't have any prior DUIs, which is important, if you've got a prior DUI, a lawyer legally should not advise you to refuse, because then you can get a refusal citation, which is a criminal offense. So my advice has been tapered over the years, because I've been doing this for 23 years. Things change. So this advice is if you don't have any prior DUIs, because you don't want to get a refusal citation, if you don't have any, if you decide that you do not want to blow, because you can blow and blow yourself well out of the system. If you have a lot of alcohol in your system, you may be ineligible for reduction-based programs such as Rider or other type of diversion programs, thinking you're doing the right thing. So I have a lot of clients who they blow too high, and now they don't get a reckless driving through a program because they submitted to a breathalyzer machine. That advice changed over the past 5 or 6 years because we never used to have those types of programs. But to answer your question, law enforcement is not required to tell you all the nuances for which you can drive with the DMV. They just say your license will be suspended if you refuse, which is implied consent. Comma, right? And there's a comma now. They don't go further because that's not their job. It's my job when you call into the show. Comma, you can get a temporary driver's permit, and you can have a formal review hearing at the Bureau of Administrative Reviews, which would be set within about 45 days from the date of the initial stop. And you can have a hearing to determine whether or not there was probable cause for them to suspend your license. And if there's an invalid suspension, the suspension would be lifted and you're back driving again, although the DUI under 316.193 is still pending in the criminal courts. Or you can waive your right to a formal review hearing. They don't have to tell you that. So there's now a comma semicolon. And you can say, all right, well, I now want a BPO, business purpose only license, otherwise known as a hardship. Well, there's no fine print regarding this stuff in the bottom of your license because it just says implied consent. So all you have to do is register. You don't have to complete the level 1 DUI school. You register, then you're eligible for a business purpose only hardship driver's license, and you can operate under that while your case is still pending. So there's 2 examples at the DMV of how you absolutely can drive a vehicle in the state of Florida despite the fact that you refuse a breathalyzer machine. Now, if all of that was put on your driver's license would probably be the size of a notebook. And law enforcement isn't going to tell you all that because they're not lawyers. That's not their job. They just tell you implied consent. However, you're now educated because you did what? You called into the Mike Calta Show this morning, and now you know what I've been telling a lot of people on my show and Mike's show, but now you know if, God forbid, you find yourself in this position with law enforcement being investigated for DUI.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Got it, Rob. Take it easy. All right, let's go to Sarah. Sarah has a question about a parking ticket. I think, Sarah, I'm gonna be able to answer this, but go ahead. Ask Dom.
I actually have 2 questions. One would be, so I parked in a spot that was in a, it said public parking, but apparently it was a private lot. And the time had expired. So my car was towed. I paid the $180 to get my car out of the tow yard. And now I have a $45 citation from the lot. And I just wondered, first of all, is there any repercussion if that's not paid?
Well, what's interesting is the citation was issued by who you said, the lot, or was it issued by
the lot, by the parking company, the private owners? It was Evolution Parking.
So they already towed your car, and then they give you a citation. Yeah, I got to see where in the heck you parked. Because if it's confusing, you can challenge that by the signs were ambiguous, or where they weren't clear. So it really all depends on the circumstance of how you parked and what your understanding was. Because if they're misleading consumers on where it's legal to park, that, ma'am, is an affirmative defense. One, to you having the vehicle towed, so you can recover your loss there, and then two is an affirmative defense on the ticket. But this would require a little recon by you. You're going to have to go back to the location, take photographs of where you parked, where the sign was, and then that in totality is going to determine whether or not it was confusing by design. And then they may have a consumer issue there based on a deceptive sign, or I don't want to go too in-depth with deceptive trade practices if this is a modus operandi of how these folks operate. And I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I don't know these people. I don't know if that's what's happening. But if it's confusing and they pop 2, 3, 5, folks a day or a week, well, that's an interesting moneymaker. Yeah, that's an interesting revenue
I'm sure
stream,
they do.
Yeah.
Right? And if it's misleading folks, and again, full disclosure to the show, I don't know if that's happening. I'm just expanding on a possible scenario based on this caller's question. So I don't know those folks, and it may or may not be happening, but just full disclosure, you're going to have to do some recon, totality of the circumstances, see if the way it's set up is confusing, because you then might have a legitimate argument to defend those fees and fines. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so should I just send you an email?
Yeah, if you absolutely. If you want to go ahead and take some photographs so we can get an understanding of what you were looking at, what you were seeing, and where your car was parked.
Sarah, you can email Dom at dominic@askthedom.com or give a call over there at 813-251-5550. I think you got a case.
Yeah, maybe. Allegedly.
Okay,
we'll
thank
see.
you.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, that's it's a little tricky, as you say a lot of times, Dom. That's ticky-tack.
Yes, that's right. Another one-liner. Carmen, we got to put that in the top 5 of one-liners.
Yeah.
I got
it. All Dom's vernacular that he has.
You're making me think about it. I have to come back next week with the list.
Let's take one more. Let's go to John. He has a question about divorce. John, you're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got, bud?
Hey, Dom. Just a quick question. My soon-to-be ex-wife wants a simple divorce, which is not usually the case, but I just need somebody to look over everything and see if this is what I really need to do.
Well, you can do what's called a collaborative divorce. This is something that's really, I want to say it's new, but it's been around a little longer. And what a collaborative divorce does is both parties basically share one lawyer, and or even two. And what happens is it's non-adversarial, it's non-argumentative, and basically everybody just gets together and they work out a divorce plan or structure. So if I don't know if there's kids involved or there's a lot of assets, there's a variety of different things. But if you guys are not argumentative, this is the less stressful, most cost-efficient way to do a divorce. Now, if it becomes litigious or if it gets nasty, then you'd have to separate from those lawyers. Neither one of those lawyers or lawyer can then represent the parties moving forward. You'd have to get separate counsel and then go the traditional divorce route. If you don't want to do collaborative divorce, you just want to have maybe an attorney look over the documents and paperwork, Jason Valkenburg sponsors the show. He's fantastic. You can email me at askthedom.com and I can send you Jason's information. But you can do one or the other. initially if you think she's going to play ball and not be nasty. But again, that's really based on her temperament and your temperament, quite frankly.
Well, she initiated this, but when she left me 5 years ago, she left me in a ton of debt.
Well, I don't know how she can leave you in a ton of debt if you guys are married. If you guys have marital assets and if those assets have debt, that's more likely going to be her debt too. So I'm not quite sure why the connotation is that way. She just can't walk out of the marriage and say, well, now you're responsible for everything. She's going to have some ancillary costs of that. Now, if you let this slide for 60 months or 5 years, you probably need to have a more in-depth conversation with the lawyer. So I think now that I know the time sequence, I don't think I'm recommending collaborative divorce for you.
Yeah.
We're going right to Jason.
So yeah, I just want to talk to somebody about it because I know this is unusual for a guy to be in this position and looking at it. Usually,
well,
unfortunately, we're trying to protect ourselves.
Not necessarily. A lot of guys find themselves in these scenarios now. So you're not in uncharted waters per se. But email me or call the office. We'll get you Jason. But now that it's 5 years, I don't think the collaborative divorce is going to be the most beneficial for you folks because so much time has passed. Let's shift.
John, you're definitely going to email Dom. You can get him at Dominic@askthedom.com or call over there 813-251-5550. Okay.
All right, appreciate it.
Sounds good. Good work, Dom.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. What do you got coming up on the show tomorrow night?
So tomorrow night, with a lot of the stress and turmoil with the economy, I'm going to have my financial planner, Larry Wheat's going to be in studio with Flaherty Management and Associates, just to calm everybody down.
Yeah.
So we can talk about the stocks and tariffs, and it's just a lot of real time things are happening. So I've thrown him in to pivot because a lot of people have called or emailed me with some stressors regarding the economy. So I said, well, why don't we just do a show on it? People can hear what I'm doing and how I'm adjusting to things, and hopefully that kind of calms the listeners down. And then next week we have an employment law segment with the Hoyer Law Group, Sean Estes, to talk about all of the administrative cuts they're doing and the buyouts they're doing for the federal government and also employees here that work for the federal government in our local area. So the next two shows are designed on really current events that's happening in our country and with the current administration, just so people can listen, call in, ask questions, and stay as calm as possible during this shift, if you will, with what the administration is doing.
Helping the people. I like it. Well, Dom, also, you probably have a pending lawsuit against a protein shake because Mike is still not back in studio. I don't know what's going on.
Do me a favor. Will you guys go check him?
Yeah.
Well, I texted them, and then Gio texted them, and we're like, hey, everything okay? What's going on?
Joe, you're going to have to go in there.
All right.
Listen, you guys can't be shy. I'm giving you a legal authority to bust that door down.
All right.
To make sure that he is okay, and hopefully he's not.
Got to do a welfare check on him, I think.
You got to do a welfare check.
Right.
If he gets mad at you, say, well, Dom told us to come in and see you.
That's it. We'll figure it out.
Blame me.
All right. Thanks, Dom. You guys can check out Dom tomorrow night right here on 102.5 The Bone. We're going to take a break, and maybe when we come back, Mike will be here, and maybe we'll talk to Kevin Smith.
Oh, man.
We'll see what happens. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.
We were going to send Joe in to check on you.
A wellness check?
Yeah.
And
thank you, Joe.
Galvin suggested you were probably showering.
Yeah, I thought maybe there was a situation.
It was that bad.
No, you want to know the truth? It wasn't like gross. It just I felt like somebody was constantly just kicking me in the balls. I was sitting there like, I don't know what that's from. I guess Carmen, you think it's just a protein shake?
Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna have protein shake, you definitely need to eat something else with it. Because your stomach can't break down.
It did not break down.
I usually put a couple of scoops of ice cream in it.
No, that's a milkshake.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
I have it while I coast on my bike, on my life cycle.
Oh, I was not feeling good. How'd it go with Dom?
Good.
So I like this. Every week I go poop while you guys talk about
That's a new
sounds like
thing.
an excellent thing to me.
New segment.
Phone lines are wide open, 800-771-1025. Those are the phone numbers if you want to reach us. Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to talk to Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith calling us from video call. You'll be able to watch it on Bone TV from California, from Los Angeles.
Mhm.
And Gio is sweating it out that he's going to be on the air or not. Well, it all is working against you.
Yeah,
the
I know.
guy is in California. He's on West Coast time. He's promoting shows that are sold out already. He has no other reason other than his genuine heart for coming on the show with us.
That is 100% true. And
Yeah.
I talked to him last night again, and he says, I hope I see you in the morning.
I like his honesty.
Yeah, and we tried to catch him on the East Coast, and he was going to be in the airport, and I don't know. One of these days, I just think he's really just going to say, hey, a-hole, lose my number.
Yeah, maybe.
But he's always super gracious, and he's always like, yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
Joe said that to you the other day.
Yeah.
Hey, hole, lose my number.
Yep, I do. I say it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't want Kevin Smith to be angry with me.
No, I think you'll be okay. I'm looking forward to talking to him this morning. He'll join us at 9:15 today, and we'll talk about Dogma. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
Good. What's happening, buddy?
Galvin, I wanted to say thank you for mentioning Lake Park several times in the past as a place to run.
Oh, yeah.
I started going there, and that place is great. So good. My question, do you run along the main paved trail, or do you run like on some of those paths on the outside?
Yeah, I do the paths on the outside, the dirt trails.
Where are you going to
Cool.
be, Galvin?
Yeah.
No. Do you have any idea? The length, the distance that is?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, you can take different trails and go all through there. It goes really far back. I've been so far back that I thought I was in Vanilla Sky, because there's a point where you go over a bridge and there's a bunch of turtles and the sky is perfect.
Really?
And I was like, what? And where did I go to? But like, I'll do a loop through there that's just about 6 miles.
6 miles.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's
you can
cool.
go
Yeah,
all
I
through.
try and do the outer ones too.
Right.
Yeah, and Carmen, do you know they're opening a new Aldi's in Carrollwood on Dale Mabry?
I do. I am
Okay.
so excited.
She gets a newsletter.
Yeah, I've been counting down. I'm so excited.
Carmen, where's it going to be?
So it's where the Winn-Dixie used to be in the plaza. There's the Ulta and TJ Maxx.
Oh, I know
and
exactly.
Belk.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So the Winn-Dixie that was there is getting transformed into an Aldi.
right.
So I have to assume it is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Like bigger than a normal Aldi.
All the Winn-Dixies, I think, are switching over.
Not all
or
of
most
them.
of them.
Yeah, most of them, because of course I literally have a Winn-Dixie like less than a mile from my place,
It's pretty ghetto. Winn-Dixie is pretty ghetto.
and it's staying a Winn-Dixie.
Oh.
And I was so sad.
What about the one right there at the station?
I think this one's staying as well.
Oh.
That one's
Yeah.
not bad. I've been in that one plenty of times.
Yeah.
That one's not bad. It's
But
no
it's-
Publix.
No.
But
It's no Aldi's.
It's no Aldi, yeah. Let's talk about something. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I'm very anxious about this 5K that's coming up. I'm
Yeah.
doing it. If it takes me 4 hours to do it, I'm going to do it. But, man, I'm not looking forward to it.
Here's the thing. You're going to be walking it,
Yeah.
and you're going to finish it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Give
not
me an
gonna-
idea where it's going to go. Do you have it? Like, if we start out at the stadium,
Yeah.
where are we going?
I think we're probably going on the fair, like on the parking lot area, whatever, and then it'll go back. I don't think they're going to close down. I don't know whether they close down any streets for it. They're definitely not closing down Dale Mabry, but I don't know if they're going to have like
Yeah.
Himes back there right behind shut down.
And the parking lots around Raymond James are so huge.
Right.
That it'll probably, I'm assuming it'll go down Himes to, was it Columbus? And then back up Dale Mabry.
The other thing is if possibly you close down a little bit of Himes, whatever. If you go down Himes, you can go to that Al Lopez
Lopez.
Park.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe go through there a little bit and then back, and then you finish inside the stadium.
Well, because Al Lopez, that one loop is a mile.
Yeah.
So
And there's a ton of space back there.
So you would just have to do that loop 3 times.
Well,
Yeah,
no, you'd like
but-
start at the stadium, walk to it, walk around, and then go back. Like that would be your loop to get back.
Okay, that's what I was kind of trying to figure out.
Also, there's the huge parking lot by $1 Place too. You could wrap around in there, and
Yeah.
that's plenty of space as well.
Oh, I'm getting very nervous.
Listen,
Have you been walking? Have you
Not-
been training?
I was, and then we went on the cruise, and I haven't done anything since we came back from the cruise.
Well, I mean, get on your treadmill.
Yeah. Carmen, look, you're talking to the wrong guy. I know. Yesterday I had to go to the dentist, and today I had to poop.
I saw
I
you
know,
move.
wait.
You moved very fast when you got up from your chair earlier
Yeah.
to leave the room. Like
My wife goes, "Why are you running?" I go, "You know why."
that was a pace. If you keep that pace, you'll be fine.
It's interesting that they do not have a
The
map,
layout yet?
like the layout. Yeah, they have a map on the website, but it's just a map of Raymond James Stadium. It's like the actual Google thing, whatever.
It could go through I'm sure it goes through the stadium at some point.
Yeah.
Bert and Tom are going to join us on the show next week, so we'll get some answers out of them. I think. Right, the next week or the week after?
No, next week,
Next
Thursday.
week, yeah.
Yeah, it's the 5K is next weekend.
No.
Yeah. 2 Sundays.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy better start moving.
I think like 12 days, 10 days, something.
And do we have our shirts yet?
They're coming. Elliot says he's bringing by, I think, tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll have Joe bring them to you.
Okay.
I had a guy direct message me because Carmen, you were saying about tie dyeing it and doing that stuff, and we were like, yeah, you can just tie dye. No, it's not that difficult, whatever. And he's like, since it takes no talent, whatever, and it has like a tie dye that says tie dye Tupac Shakur or whatever. I go, yeah, clearly that I'm talking like just a regular. Here's 3 colors,
right.
Where you wrap some rubber bands around it. Like, that's tie-dye. What that guy's doing is artwork, that takes talent, obviously.
Right. And that's what basically, like, the guy who reached out to me, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Like, he can do designs and whatever color and, patterns and stuff. He can make it. Where I was like, I was kind of excited to try and, like, do it myself. But I also don't want to mess it up and just have a big blob.
You should have to wear whatever you get.
I have to do it myself.
We met an artist down at Big Top, the guy that did Joe's hat.
Yeah, Joe is very excited that a guy was coming down to make him a custom hat. Now, how did he measure? Did you send him your head size, or how did that go?
No, he came by the house. He measured my head. Yeah.
And then he went back and he made you a custom hat.
He did.
That looked fantastic on you.
Very cool.
It was a good looking hat.
Yeah.
I was happy for you and not jealous because I cannot wear a hat because I look like Boss Hogg in any hat. But you looked great in that. You look like you were in the Black Crowes. You look like you were in Leonard Skinner.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that hat.
What is the name of the company?
Slimson Hat Co.
Slimson.
Yeah, Slimson Hat Co. on Instagram, and the guy's name is Sam.
Yeah, I do follow
Great
them.
guy.
It's in our followers.
Why don't you bring it to wear on Bone TV?
I can't because I can't wear headphones with a hat like
true.
that.
I mean, do you really need headphones?
You don't even have your mic on.
Mic isn't on.
Doesn't really matter.
I mean, all right.
Slimson Hat Company. Very
Slimson.
nice. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, Mike, it's Tony down in Sarasota. How you doing, bud?
What's up, Tony?
Hey, I want to let you know I am 6'1", 255-ish pounds. I ran a 5K on Saturday, and I finished it in 47 minutes. I ran/walked the whole thing. You're going to be just fine, man.
Oh, I don't know, buddy. I got some weight on you, and I got old knees, and you don't sound like a very old guy.
I'm 45.
Yeah, I got 10 years on you, and some weight and some knees, and I mean, I'm going to do it. I'm in. I mean, I'm sure when it's over, I'm going to go, oh, it wasn't so bad. But right now, I'm getting anxiety.
I can tell you right now, you're not going to be the last person.
Maybe not.
You 100% will not be.
All right. Well, there'll just be some people in wheelchairs
Yeah.
rolling up after me. All right. Thank you for the words
Even
of
if you walk the
encouragement.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome, bud. Anytime. Good luck, man.
All right. Thanks, pal. Oh, see, the people are very nice.
Because
Carmen.
think about it. If you walked in, you should be able to walk a mile between 15 and 20 minutes,
Right.
like a normal pace walking, whatever. So let's just go on high end, 20 minutes. All right. You're doing 3.1 miles, 20 minutes. It's an hour.
I take a lot of drugs that day. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Yes, this is Largo Maddie.
What?
Largo Maddie, how you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm good. I just want to tell you, sorry about your little poop incident. But, that happens to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
It does, Largo
And,
Maddie. It's
and-
happening to you, Largo Maddie?
Yes, it has happened to me. I had some curry and beef. So.
Wait.
But
That'll do it.
That's a different.
Spicy.
But, yeah, believe me, I think you can do this 5K, though. You're pretty smart.
All right. Well,
All
thank
right.
you. I'm sure that'll
You
come
got
into
it.
play. Thank you. My intelligence should come into play on a 5K.
Largo Maddie thinks he can do it.
Yeah. Largo Maddie. Thank you for your words of encouragement. I'm in.
All right.
You and Largo Maddie, the same.
I just clapped my hands and hurt my back.
Pulled a muscle, clapping his hands.
Let me take a break so that we can clear the phone lines, get the computer ready, and Kevin Smith will join us next. Gio's anxiety is about to go through the roof. From Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob, and of course the movie Dogma.
What?
Hello.
Kevin Smith is going to join us on the show. I could not get Jay out of my mouth.
I thought you were having like a stroke or something.
No.
What?
No, I was going to say, because I said Jay and Silent Bob, and I was like, what's his name? Kevin. Kevin Smith is going to join us. Kevin Smith, I am interested in talking to him about hockey. He's a hockey fan. I'm interested in talking about the new Superman movie and what else he's working on besides the Jay and Silent Bob universe.
Again, they're in Call of Duty now.
Yeah, and they're in Call of Duty.
Own character.
That's something else, man. All right, Kevin Smith joins us next on the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone. Gio, this is going to be your punishment if he doesn't call. I've got nothing else planned for the show. I'm dealing with poop issues. My back hurts. I feel like little Chinese kids are kicking me in the balls. I'm done. So you're going to have to do the rest of the show if Kevin Smith doesn't call.
I might get up and go poop now.
No, not now. You've got a whole show to do.
Yeah.
He's still early right now. He's still got 2 minutes.
I know.
I don't ever show up early to anything.
The thing is, I talk to him. I anytime I book a guest, I'm so like paranoid that I go back and I check and double check and make sure. I always do that. And even the last 2 times, the night before, we're still good for tomorrow. And every time he's like, "Yep, sounds good."
He is just, here's the deal, and I don't want to lose him, but he's just too nice. Because if I were him, there's no way I would do this. There's no upside for him. He's just being nice to us.
I know.
Which he's been way too nice to us in the past. So I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at you.
No. Judgment Day is upon us, Gio.
You put us in this position with Kevin Smith. You made Kevin Smith feel guilty.
I don't think you get what the show is about.
Clearly I don't. Clearly I don't.
I honestly, I don't know what's going on in my body, Carmen. It's not a wonderland.
No, but again, now you know your lesson, and you definitely need to eat something. Else.
I usually eat cheesesteak in the morning, right?
Okay.
And then today I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to grab the protein shake. And I grabbed the protein shake because the doctor wants me to have it early to get the protein kicking and get things going early.
Right.
And then that kicked me right in the sack.
Because have you ever taken any type of supplement? Like I remember one time I took a zinc supplement without food.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What did it do? Burn your booty hole?
No, my stomach, I thought it was going to crawl out of my belly button. I was in so much pain, and it was like the worst thing in the world. So now I'm scared to like take zinc, or I just take it like at night.
Yeah.
But those are just, those little things that you won't forget, and you won't make that mistake again.
A lot of times I'll just chew on rocks. I get like my minerals.
I feel like I'm trying to pass them right now, Galvin. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I've had that before. I mean, that doesn't seem like as bad as you, but I get the, empty stomach and you have a protein shake or something, and you're like, whoa.
It was not good.
Rough.
While we're waiting on Kevin Smith, I want to tell you about my friend Jeff Borum and the team at teamborum.com. If you're looking to sell your home and you want to sell it fast and for the most money, you need to go to teamborum.com. That's BORHAM. And I am very proud. I'm very proud when people come back and they tell me, hey, I heard you talking about Stingray Chevrolet, and I went and bought a car over there, and they were great to me. I heard you talking about Superheat and Air, and they came out on an emergency and fixed my air for me. Great. And all these people give me feedback. And, there are times where things could be a little bit better, and I have an opportunity to go to the company and say, hey, these people aren't as happy. And they say, well, let me go ahead and fix it for you. That has happened a lot over the years. I have had so many people come up and thank me for teamborum.com that they sold their house in a record amount of time and for the most money. And I had a guy from Team Borum come up to me on the cruise ship and say, I work there. Thank you for all the business that has come this way. I said, well, thank you, because the problem is I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling that you guys sell and use the marketing that gets the home in front of the most eyes, that creates a demand for it. Therefore, that home gets sold for the most amount of money and in a record amount of time. That's what they specialize in. And that's what they do. And you might be saying, yeah, but what sets them apart from all the other people? Well, let's start with one of the major things. They're here in the Tampa Bay area. They're not in another state trying to tell you about the Tampa Bay market and what's happening. They also offer a free quote on your home. You want to know what your home is worth? You can find out for free simply by going to their website, teamborum.com, and you can put the address in there and find out immediately. And, of course, if you want to sell the home, they specialize that. If you want to buy a home, they specialize in that as well. They even have homes listed on their site from the 200,000 to the 2 million. They will find you your home, or the home of your dreams. Like, say you produce a radio show and you promise to put Kevin Smith on for the 3rd time, and then all of a sudden he canceled, and you're sitting there going, I'm probably going to get fired. Where am I going to live? Where am I going to do at my home? I have to move into an apartment. Team Borum will help you sell your home real fast, and maybe they'll help you find an apartment, Gio. I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
Not going to live near John Cena anymore.
Not at all, man. Oh, Gio, it is now 9:17, 2 minutes late. Do not text him anymore.
I'm not. No,
we can't. We can't bother him. We just got to let him sleep. Let him be the guy that he is. He's tired.
By the way, we have a lot of stuff that happens and comes up and stuff. Don't forget the Bone Bonus is coming up in a little while. Also, listen to the end of the show because there has been something new added to the closer.
Yeah, I don't normally pay attention to it, but today I specifically will pay attention to the closer of the show, and I think you should as well. And also, if you haven't checked out our Instagram, I would like you to go in there and weigh in on the controversy right now. It's from yesterday's show where I answered Ozzy, and the correct answer was Ozzy Osbourne, whether or not you side with me or whether you think I'm wrong. It is pretty split down the middle right now.
It's interesting. A guy brought up a pretty good point. I forget what the question was, how it was phrased, whatever, but a guy brought up a point that when Ozzy Osbourne was in Black Sabbath, he was Ozzy Osbourne. He wasn't known as Ozzy until he went solo.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but this is Ozzy now. Yeah, he's had enough time to establish who he is. And,
but I don't know whether it said singer of Black Sabbath.
You know what people say to me? Somebody said Cher doesn't have a last name. Look it up. Of course, Cher has a last name. She has a name that she was born with, and she has a name that she was married to a couple of times. So don't tell me she doesn't have a last name.
But her performance name,
that's her
and
stage
how you
name.
know her stage name, just like Beyonce.
Yeah, just like Ozzy.
But if it said just said Ozzy on the paper, then it would point.
Her name is Beyonce Carter.
Beyonce Knowles Carter.
No, yeah, but it's still Carter is her last name.
But again, her performance name and what is asked and what is usually on the paper is just Beyonce.
Wow.
What was on the paper for Ozzy was Ozzy Osbourne.
Do you know what Cher was before Cher Bono?
I do.
What?
Cheryl Sarkeesian?
Sherilyn Sarkeesian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was her first name. I read a thing that said that she for years thought her name was Cher, and then she found out on a birth certificate it actually said Cheryl.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I was like Carmen.
It's true.
Huh?
Found out her name Cher.
No. I did not find that out.
It's close.
Carmen.
Yes.
I'm friends with some people on Snapchat who got me. I'm not going to get it. But who have one and have been wanting me get one.
What?
Little baby pig.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to get it.
Oh, I saw on Instagram who has that.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh.
His girl comes out to some of the Pitbull color shows.
Yeah.
She had it on Instagram, and I saw it. I was like, oh my God.
I saw her little daughter holding that little baby pig, and I was like, I want to play with that baby pig.
Yeah.
And then there was people who brought a baby to our show on Saturday, and I was like, after we got off stage, I was like, bring me that baby.
They had a baby at a bar?
It's outside, so it's kind of like a big outdoor area.
There's a lot of dogs out there too.
Yeah, it's like a big field, you know.
Okay, it's still a bar.
I mean, if you can bring dogs, you can bring babies.
I don't think.
I think dog before baby, but
yeah.
But also, I would say no dogs. The music would probably be too loud.
No, we're good with dogs. We play at a certain decibel that dogs enjoy.
They like it.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to playing again now. We're getting a little bit of a routine where we're getting out.
Yeah.
Getting out and about, you know?
Right.
I'm hoping Medicine Man calls. I got a question for him. Mike Calta Show, hello.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good. What's happening?
Good. So last week you guys were talking about your wrestling Mount Rushmore.
Well, I had put up, let me tell everybody who it was. It was The Rock, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That was yours.
That was mine, yeah.
Right. So you got me thinking, who's your bottom? Who's your back of Mount Rushmore?
What does that mean? Like the worst or
so not the worst. So
level?
I'll tell you mine, and this will get the discussion, especially if you've been a wrestling fan forever. Barry Horowitz, Iron Mike Sharp, the Brooklyn Brawler, and the Spanish Announce Table.
Yeah, that's all the bottom feeders. That's it. You got Brooklyn Brawler for sure, and Iron Mike Sharp, and then Barry Horowitz patting himself on the back. Yeah, you nailed it, sir. There's no, and then the Spanish Announce Table, of course. There's nothing better than that. Good job, my man. I appreciate it. Yeah, have you ever met Barry Horowitz? Do you remember him?
No.
Barry Horowitz used to pat himself on the back when he was a jobber, but he used to pat himself on the back, and he lives here. So when I did the wrestling show, he used to call in every once in a while and just yell at me. He was great. Yeah, I liked him a lot. I think he might have even shown up. I saw at WrestleCon. I saw a picture of him and some other guys together.
I do not recognize him at all.
Yeah, he was just one of those guys that would lose all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what it is that you have, like, what sets you apart from everybody else. Like, what makes you going to be a guy who jobs out and loses every time to a guy that's going to go on to superstardom?
Right.
You know?
And has there been those guys that turned into superstars? Like, they started out where they're like, all right, we'll have this guy lose, like 3 years, and then they're like, let's give him a push. And
Well, remember they had that one guy that he was like kind of mentally challenged. He was like,
oh yeah.
And then they changed his gimmick, and Vince didn't even know it was the same guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of what happened to Cody Rhodes. He was the Stardust character.
Yeah.
WWE wanted him to be nothing but the Stardust character,
Right.
which he did not want to do. So he left, went to AEW, just went as Cody Rhodes, came back, and now he's the face of the company.
So his father, the problem was Dusty Rhodes was such a big name in wrestling, and also there is another Mount Rushmore to be named that has Dusty on it, has Flair on it, has Mick Foley on it, and
John Cena,
and it's just there's too many. You know what I mean? I was just trying to think of the ones in my lifetime who I think made the most impact.
That's pretty tough to argue with.
Yeah, I mean, I would
list.
definitely put Cena up there too. It's just you're running out of space.
So was Festus? Was that the guy?
That's not the guy I'm talking about, but there is another guy. Yeah,
because that's this guy.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of a different guy.
Yeah, there was another one too. Yeah, was it Mo?
I think you're right, Galvin. That's the guy. I was thinking of somebody else, but that's the guy
that became
when they changed
another
his
one?
gimmick that Vince didn't realize it was him.
But I remember there was another one too. Oh, what was his name?
I can't remember. If you said it, I would know it.
Yeah,
and he was just like, oh,
right, Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene.
Is that it?
That was it.
All right,
that was it.
Weird.
I'm not back in wrestling. Like, sometimes WrestleMania comes around and gets you back into it. It didn't do that with me. I think I'm too far gone now. But I started thinking about how much I did enjoy it when I was younger. And by younger, I mean 10 years younger.
Well, they're coming here to the Yingling Center for like a whole slew of dates.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, Battleground, and then they're doing Raw and SmackDown the Friday before. That'd be kind of cool. Because the Yingling Center is so small that I think that'd be cool to be,
Dude, there was one time where when we first met Undertaker, and he came out to our live gig we did at Stormage Palace. I didn't know him. It was the first time I met him. And then we went to the show that night, and it was a house show at the Sundome.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the front row, and I had my foot up on that gate, and he came out of the ring, and he slammed somebody on the floor. And he turned around and he looked at me, and he went, boom, and he kicked the gate where it almost knocked me out of my chair. I was like, oh, my bad. I didn't know what was going on.
Have you seen Stone Cold run into the thing yet?
Yeah, I did see that.
Apparently, he also couldn't figure out how to get up on the stage, and he crashed it twice before he even got down there.
Didn't it look like they didn't rehearse that? And they usually rehearse everything.
Yeah, it's really
that
weird.
was weird. And they opened themselves up to all kinds of lawsuits with that because that lady immediately after she got hit, she was like, "Oh, I'm hurt. I'm hurt."
She fell down.
Yeah. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, Mike. Jinder Mahal. He was another one that was like a jobber turned into a champ for a year when they did that India push.
That's true. He was a real jobber, and then all of a sudden he got yoked up and was totally ripped and came back as kind of like a superstar for a while. Yep, good call on that one, sir. Do you remember Jinder Mahal, the only Indian guy?
Yeah,
not only, but one of the biggest.
He lives
ones.
here.
Does he really?
Yeah, I've seen him before, out and about before.
There's so many of them that live here.
Oh yeah.
We used to be so like in with the WWE, and then they had a management change, and now we don't get nothing.
Yeah, the one dude I used to talk to, he's not with them anymore, and then
they had a lot of surprise layoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else you didn't talk to? Kevin Smith.
Oh, Mamma Mia!
This is the
0
worst.
for 3.
This is the worst.
Listen, this is what we deserve. He does not deserve to be on the show. I mean, we don't deserve to have him on the show because his gig is sold out. He doesn't have anything to promote. That's fine. Let's just chalk this one up to Kevin being our buddy, and when he needs something, we'll talk to him. There you go. I hung up. I officially ended it.
Oh.
It'll be okay.
It's not okay.
It's all right.
It's not okay. It's embarrassing.
It is.
It's shameful.
It is.
I feel like in my mind, this is what Joe feels like every day, and it sucks.
Welcome to the suck, bro.
You don't even have a cool hat.
Yeah. Like
true.
This is Joe's Monday through Friday, what I'm experiencing right now, and it is not a good place to be.
Get cozy. Get comfortable.
Maybe you should be nicer to him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carmen.
It's all right, too. I'm not mad about it.
You should be.
I'm not. It's
You
not your
should be.
fault. There's
It
nothing
is
you can
my
do.
fault.
Yeah.
It is.
What are you gonna do? Go wake him up?
Yes.
Go give him belly kisses till he wakes up and gets on the phone.
Wake up.
My stomach hurts so bad right now. I don't even care.
Still?
Oh, Carmen, I feel like little Asian kids are kicking me. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hi, Jerry Lawler was also a scrub in the beginning and then turned into Jerry the King Lawler.
I don't know. Jerry Lawler was very popular when he was
doing
Memphis wrestling. I don't know that he was necessarily ever a scrub. Mike Calta Show low.
Hey, Mike. Yesterday, somebody called in just out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I want to have Pat Boone come on your show with Mo and do an interview." And somehow they found this real cool thing where this old-fashioned guy, Pat Boone from back in the day, was singing Metallica songs, and it was hilarious. It was such a cool.
I don't think it's that funny. I remember when it first came out and Pat Boone recorded it. Pat Boone's just an old coot. That what were you saying? He was on Drew's show.
He was on Mo and Drew, exactly. Yeah,
gotcha.
On the Mo and Drew show.
Yeah, I saw something about that on social media. I don't know. Well, good for them because Drew said it ended up being a very good guest.
Yeah, well, it was a good interview. It was a very good interview. Yeah. But that brief little thing they played, I mean, I wouldn't want to listen to it every day, but it was just a good one-time, little mashup, him singing Metallica. But great show, man.
Thank you, sir. It was like when William Shatner was singing music, and then Pat Boone did a Metallica thing, and he did heavy metal songs, and he dressed up with makeup on his face and leather and all that, and I didn't think it was that great.
I know.
But Pat Boone though is very opinionated. I don't know what he was on Drew's show for, but I have spoken to him in the past.
It's actually Mo and Drew, according to that guy.
Sorry.
Did you hear that guy? You gave Mo top billing.
I did hear that guy. It was kind of hard to understand what he was saying, but I get it now. I don't know if I'm going to make it through the rest of the show. Mike Calta Show low.
Hey, good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good. Hey, listen, I had a possible remedy for your constipation.
I mean, I wouldn't even call it constipation today. It's coming out. What do you got?
Oh, it is. Well, let me just say, first off, I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
So, usually what I do is, I don't know if you ever tried the Smooth Move tea.
The what?
Smooth Move tea. It's an herbal tea. It's a Cena tea.
Yes, I have seen it before.
Listen, what you do is you take 16 ounces, put it in a cup, heat it up, or you just heat up the water and get 16 ounces, put 3 tea bags in there, let it steep for about an hour, squeeze it all out, and then a half teaspoon of sea salt. Mix it in there and drink it within 5 minutes. And, buddy, just goes to a bathroom.
All right. Thank you.
Isn't that the same stuff that they said you could lose like 20 pounds in 2 days by taking that stuff?
But that guy was so soothing while he was talking, I think I almost crapped right here just listening to him. Holy. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, Mike. I know this is kind of dumb, but last week when you were saying in the morning, I got to say, Spike is probably the dumbest human being ever.
100%.
And then when you said one of the days, okay, we're gonna talk to Spike at 9:15. I was like, oh, this is awesome. You can ask him why he's such an idiot, and it actually was the wrong Spike.
Oh, yeah, Spike
I was actually
Ferguson.
disappointed when you actually got on. I was like, oh man, I thought he was gonna talk to Spike.
Sorry, we hit you with a white. We hit you with a white Spike that day. No, Spike's too dumb, I think, to be on the show. I think he'll bring everybody down, sir.
Yeah, I love the show, guys.
Thank you, brother. Spike Ferguson joined us on the show. I watched a clip of Spike yesterday. He was doing a list of 100 of the most famous Spikes, and he was down at like number 55.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he was very disappointed at how far down he was.
My grandfather was a Spike.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Spike.
a good name to have.
Spike McGrady.
Who's the most famous Spike in your life?
Spike. Wasn't there a Spike Fonzie's nephew?
There was. That's not who I was thinking of, but yeah, it's different from Chachi.
Yeah, Spike on there, and then I'm trying to think of another Spike.
Spike to me is always the dog from Tom and Jerry.
Yeah,
big dog.
Yeah,
and then Spike Jones. Those are the only Spikes in my life.
Spike Jones, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I feel terrible because Gio couldn't get Kevin Smith on the show, and because I feel like I got a crap.
I feel terrible. Both those things.
I have to sneeze right now, and I'm so scared.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Buck her up.
Joe.
I think I'm good.
You get some Lysol.
All right.
No,
I smell it. I smell it.
Nothing leaked. I'm good.
Yeah, so we're talking about Mike. We go to break after talking to Dom and stuff, and we're talking about Mike, and we're like, I don't know, he's not texting this. Now I walk out, and he's just in the chair out there.
Oh, because I walked back in, and you guys were in the middle of calls. I didn't want to disrupt it, so I sat for a second. And Carmen said there was a full board of phone calls. I'm like, well, I don't. Oh God! Oh,
What
Jesus.
is happening to you?
Carmen, I'm falling apart.
Yeah, you got a lot of
from
stuff
all
going
ends,
on.
all ends, all angles.
You need to
think
go to the
it's-
doctor.
Do you think it's all the stress because you're worried about the 5K?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past
Are
me.
you trying to make yourself sick?
Oh no, I'm going to run it even if I'm sick.
Oh.
No.
I'm committed. I'm going to be there.
By the way, that's a good weekend. That Friday, bare knuckle fighting over at OCC.
Can you wear 2 knee braces, or does that look stupid?
No, you can wear 2
Yeah,
knee braces.
Stone Cold Steve Austin wears 2 knee
Dude,
braces.
they have like those ones that have the copper in it and this and that and help you.
My right knee's been pretty bad. My left knee's just a little sore. My right knee's been pretty bad.
wear them both.
Didn't you walk like 6 miles at Universal or Disney?
He said 13.
11. And I also walked 2.5 miles on a hike. And I did that.
so you're fine.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, but didn't we later find out that those 13 miles were actually
They were
7?
They were half that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
half that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. You don't have to be a wise guy about it.
I'm not.
We get you one of the scooters.
I'll take a scooter through the 5K.
Yeah.
No,
You want to golf cart it?
I'm in it. I'm in it.
Nah,
I mean, I wouldn't put it past putting Tom just to run alongside of me, because Big Dick's coming alongside of me and he's going to videotape the whole thing and stream it to YouTube.
Yep.
So if I die on the trip, and Big Dick's going to film it all the way up until
And he's doing it on foot or what?
He's doing it on foot. Yeah, he's in good shape. He's gonna walk along next to me and just get the whole thing on YouTube. So we'll be streaming it live.
The way Tom is able to maneuver into places, I bet he could drive the Sprinter right down the path, and you could
Probably so.
and you could ride the
Probably
Sprinter.
so.
Open up the door and just wave.
But I'm in it to do this when I'm in the long haul,
Yeah.
Gio. So I'm committed.
Now, Gio, are you doing it?
Yeah,
Who is doing it? I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
We need to register.
Wait.
I'll give it. We have to register online for insurance reasons.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll give you all the information.
All right.
All right. All right.
By the way, you can still get in too. I think it's like last.
Oh yeah. 2bears5k.com.
Yeah.
Three
And-
Bears.
and Jelly Roll. Yeah, Jelly Roll will be there.
And other special guests.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna go take a break, and I may or may not be back here to close the show.
Oh,
but you're
boy.
gonna want to hear the end of the show
Yes.
either way, because we've added something to the opener, and it is fantastic. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Can I tell you somebody that I find very attractive, and I wanted to see if you agree with me or if you think I'm weird for it?
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm very attracted to her. I look at her
Very
pictures all the time.
attractive.
Yeah,
Give me the name. Do we know?
Chloe Feynman.
Chloe? Oh, the from Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's gorgeous.
I like also when she does characters, when she does like kind of sexy, weird characters.
Yeah, like she seems like a sexy, weird character in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
I don't like
gorgeous
that.
to
I don't
me.
like that stupid one she does for whatever seltzer or whatever it is.
I don't even know.
Yeah, she does like a German something. What is her last? Chloe what?
Feynman.
Feynman.
You can Google along at home.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
She's got quite the forehead though.
I also I don't mind that. I also looked into. I had a Google. There's an ad on Snapchat for a jewelry called Micah Jewelry, MYKA, and the girl that does it to me she's got freckles and a big nose, and she's so hot. And I had to look up girl from Micah Jewelry, and I can't find her anywhere. I know I'm borderline crossing the line here.
You're like from The Office. Whenever Michael wanted to find the girl that was in the office chair, the magazine.
Last chance to get some phone calls in. I got to take this one specifically because I've been waiting to talk to him. Medicine Man.
Hey, what's up, Mike Calta? This is Medicine Man.
Now I like you.
Yeah.
And I think you like me.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I heard this
much.
weekend. That you were talking some bad smack about me.
No.
Where was that coming from anyway?
You tell me. I'll give you a chance to confess first before I tell you.
So I know it was not that bad what I was talking about because it's happened to me.
Tell everybody what you
It's
said.
happened to me,
Tell
too.
everybody what you said.
I'm getting fat too.
See? See? Why you gotta call me fat?
I don't have to call you fat anymore. It's happened to me.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is why you gotta bring me into it.
But also, Medicine Man, you're getting
I
fat.
didn't bring you into it.
Mike's losing
I didn't
weight.
even bring you into it.
I heard they said don't take Medicine Man on the cruise with you. All he does is talk crap about you, and then there you were talking about
I don't know.
fat.
I don't know who else to say that, but
well, I feel like
I've been having a little bit of trouble fitting to my jeans myself.
Well, what does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with me?
Because he feels bad, so he's
if
lashing
I call
out at
people
others.
fat, then I get fat.
Yeah.
You and Medicine Man.
But
are the same.
I didn't say nothing about that this weekend at all.
You hurt my feelings.
Not at all.
A lot of people are talking.
I did not say anything about that. I don't know. Somebody's making it up. Put a prank on me.
Big Rig's fat. Talk about him.
I'm going to talk about him too.
All right.
But somebody's putting a prank on me.
All right, listen to me. Let's say we got a whole year now, or actually we got more than that. But we got time. Let's see how far you can go without calling me fat.
I will never call you fat.
I think you would.
What was that? What he called you before? Remember we had the audio of it?
Yeah.
Oh.
He needs another go-to fat guy to,
Hey, by the way, I don't really know what he said. Somebody just said he was talking crap about me, and he just confessed it.
Right.
So,